2. Test 1, 2. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Now it works, right? Yes. Oh my god. Stupid Windows update, I swear to god. I knew I should have checked that. I knew it. I didn't check it. I am so mad. Yeah, Windows updates are a B. Anyway, so because I was silent, I will do it again. And we are live! Hi everyone, hi Nehru. The bane of everyone who uses Windows indeed. Oh my gosh. Also, one question. Do I sound like I have a cold? Hi, yeah. My apologies. My apologies. Does it sound like I have a cold? Do I sound like I speak through my nose? Because I can feel it when I speak. I'm still not caught up on the Ace Attorney stuff. Yeah. But I'm very happy that you just came by and say hi. I always appreciate it. And no, I don't think you sound like that. Oh, thank God. I have had the stuffiest nose for the whole weekend. I was fighting it. I was battling it throughout all of Saturday yesterday. Ugh, it's horrible. Winter came back with a vengeance. At least I don't have a flu. Okay. So I've given my brother the ultimatum, and so I guess I'll be playing Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice, and both investigation games on my own now. Oh my god. Well, good luck with playing it on your own. And maybe you can actually be live with the Spirit of Justice playthrough then. Because depending on which game we select with the event. Because if it's Yakuza or Metaphor, then I won't be playing Ace Attorney in April. So it's too late for the investigation games, but I'll be there for the final game. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to it. Amazing. Awesome. Okay. Alrighty. Now that everything is in order. And the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles game as well. I played that one from start to finish a while back. Alright, those two. I don't think I'll be playing them this year. There's so much to do. There's so many long games for me to play. If we end up with Yakuza or Metaphor, for sure I won't be able to play Great Ace Attorney Chronicles this year. Which is a shame, but that will mean more Ace Attorney content next year. Otherwise, you won't be getting any next year. I get it. That's basically 2 games you should play back to back for the best experience. Yes. My filter is... Ugh. Stay stuck. Okay. More technical difficulties here. My apologies. I'm just finding my equipment because my dad moved everything. Because we're sharing this computer. And every time he uses it, he moves my mic stuff away. And I am very annoyed. Okay. Okay. So next year, play the Crazy Ace Attorney Chronicles back to back. I'll be going on to dodge the spoilers, but enjoy your stream and game. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming by. To watch me endure the stupid... the very stupid streaming difficulties. Bye-bye. Alrighty, now that the introduction talk is over, let's begin! Because... we were in a bit of a pickle last time. Uh-oh, I can see it already. Yep, we're in jail. Oh my god. I think it's finally time to bring back these. Ta-da! We're back in jail, ladies and gentlemen. It's Miles' fault, not mine. It's been a while since we had a good jail cell. Okay. I'm being way too excited about being in jail again. Oh well. Let's begin. April 6th. Detention center holding cell. Never thought I spent another night in here again. Alright, you're all... you're right. And they stripped me of all the evidence which you painstakingly gathered. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Even if you did let me keep Case Yatagarasu pin. That's everything? Oh my god. Oh right, I handed the badge in. Can't help but worry about her. They better be treating her well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is a very tough situation. Come on, let's go. You've got a visitor. A visitor? Who? Someone by the name of Dick Gumshoe? Want me to send him away? Oh, no. No, but I'm not sure what to even say to him. Oh my god. Never thought I'd get to see this angle from the interrogation room. Wait, there. Alright. They leave me unsupervised. Forgive the intrusion. Ah! Judge Cavell! Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat. What are you doing here? I was told it was Detective Gumshoe. I imagined you would come if you knew it was me. What could she possibly want from me now? I also better find out. You may not be aware of this, but you are only permitted to meet with specially approved visitors. So I am to be treated like a dangerous criminal, am I? Suppose my reputation has rather plummeted. It has indeed. For you, of course, and your friends. That attorney and the other girl were raising quite the fuss earlier. Thunder and Emma. I saw them launch some extremely heated words at one of the guards. No, you didn't! You may thank the goddess in that regard, for even she is too busy to deal with each and every infraction. They will not be punished for their bad behavior. Okay, thank God. Did you come here just to chit-chat with me? You must have a lot of time on your hands. Oh, speaking of which, Miss Von Karma is continuing the investigation where you left off. I just thought you would like to know. I figured you would be worried about how they were all doing. I hate to admit it, but you read me like a book. Let's cut to the chase, Your Honor. Why are you really here? I'm here simply to talk, nothing more. There's something I wish to know about you. Me? Yes, who else? Objectively speaking, you are highly intelligent and quick-witted. And a born prosecutor at that. Please, Judge Cavell, your sarcastic praise is but salt on my wounds. But I sincerely mean every word, Mr. Edgeworth. And it is why I fail to understand you. Take this latest case, for example. You were up against the very committee itself. You had no hope of succeeding. Even a child could have seen that. And yet... I don't imagine the old me would have ever been so reckless. The old me had power. Because of that, I thought that justice was always on my side. Just as you and the committee believe now. But a certain person changed my mind. He made me reckon with my selfish and skewed sense of justice. We all know who that is. And once the scales had fallen from my eyes, I began to look at people differently. I saw that I was only able to be an effective prosecutor, thanks to the efforts of those around me. Detective Gumshoe, the many investigative officers of the force, and even Kay. It changed me. The degree to which it changed me still surprises me to this day. I see. Thank you. I feel that perhaps I understand you a little better now. You understand me? I highly doubt it. Someone who's so focused on forcing their idea of justice onto others can't possibly see what I see. Is that so? Is that what you truly believe? I will say one thing. This has been a very interesting conversation. That is all. That's all you're gonna say to me? Before I go, there's one remaining matter. I was asked to inform you that the date of your hearing has been confirmed. It will be held today, in the trial chamber. The committee sends its warmest regards. Uh-oh. If that was all you had to tell me, you could have just sent a message. Then trust the goddess's words to another. That wouldn't do now, would it? Till then, Miss Edgeworth, I'll see you again very shortly. I don't get her. She's so weird. to the cell I go. It's like home away from home. Well. Okay. Let's go to bed, I guess. Very basic bed. I can't say it was very comfortable to sleep on, however. Magic Detective Gumshoe would sleep soundly on it nevertheless. Lovely snoring all the while. Suppose we'll probably never get to work together again. Aww. But I don't have any regrets about the bed I've made. I will follow my own path to the end. Just running around. Oh, we gotta order food. There's a menu here on the table. These detainees are able to pay to have their meals brought to their cells. What looks good? Spaghetti and mac and cheese lunch and linguine for only $1. Hello? That's 3 kinds of pasta. Basmati and brown rice special for a limited time at regular white rice. That's 3 kinds of rice! Who eats that? Probably for the best that I'm not very hungry. The loo! There's a note on the wall next to the toilet. Sorry, we're currently out of toilet paper. This is horrible. Please make the necessary mental preparations before using the toilet. Oh no. What sort of mental preparations can one even make? What am I even supposed to do? As opposed to in the corner outside. We regret to announce that due to the warden's arrest, the Die of Destiny game will be discontinued. Inmates will no longer need to roll a die every morning to determine their meals for the day? What the heck? We wholeheartedly apologize to those who were looking forward to the daily casting of the die. Did anyone really need an apology for the cessation of such a ridiculous idea in the first place? Oh, okay, someone's approaching. Do I have another visitor? Oh! Kay! Oh, thank goodness you seem alright. That's a load off my mind. Such a heartwarming scene. It's enough to make a grown man cry. But you're still not your usual cheery... I mean, you have to stay positive, Kay. You didn't do anything wrong. In fact, I guarantee you didn't. No. You have to let it go. I'm the murderer. I know that now. But you're not. You can't be. Why don't you have any faith in yourself? How can I, Mr. Edgeworth, when there's no me left to believe in? Not at all. I don't think that's true. Before you lost your memory, we spent quite a bit of time together. And I dare say you left quite a deep impression on me. So you see, there's still plenty of you left. That's why I believe so much in your innocence. And why you should believe in yourself, too. Thank you. But I can't. It would just cause more pain for the both of us. Please, you have to forget her. Forget that, Kay. She's gone. Oh! Kay, no! Oh, what do you want, huh? You remind me of my younger self, you know. So noble, so bold. This is the justice you and the committee stands for. Justice. I suppose you could call it that. What is he up to? Why is he going to such lengths to control everything? Can't shake the feeling that something is very wrong here. Is there some hidden agenda at play? Ugh, this is no time to second guess myself. If I'm going to find out what it is, it's now or never. Well then, my boy. I suppose I should be... Wait. Oh my god! That was very quick, Edgeworth! He was ready to do that! Okay. Time to play chess again. This will be a very worthy opponent, I can guess. Why is the chairman so intent on seeing Kate charged with this murder? It doesn't make any sense. There must be some rhyme or reason to this madness. Oh god! That's not even pawns! There's just knights, a tower, and a king! What? That is a lot of difficult pieces there. This is gonna be tricky. Come now, Miles. I'm a busy, important man. I can't be wasting my precious time talking to you. The only way out of our current predicament is through Chairman Winner. There's so much to ask. So little time. Let's start by trying to find out why he rushed to have Kay arrested so quickly. Okay. I can't just let this happen. I'm getting answers if it's the last thing I do. Okay, my chest commence. Why the rush to arrest Kay? Why are you so keen to push through Kay's arrest? I've yet to hear a satisfactory explanation. An explanation? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Don't give me that. You know exactly what I mean. Tut tut. I advise you to moderate your tone, dear boy. Need I remind you of your position? Stay calm. Stay calm. I suppose we did let your friend go free. What then? What do you mean, what then? Think how that would look, my boy. Who would have to take the blame? Me, that's You're right to keep your mouth shut. That way you won't be saying anything foolish. Okay, good thing I did then. Sorry, but I can't stay silent forever. Not while Kay's innocence is still in doubt. Oh, you're breaking my heart. Oh, just look at this flood of tears spilling out. Please, just leave it alone, will you? Things were coming along nicely until you interfered. Nicely? Coming along... Coming along nicely. That's a pretty strange way of putting it. It's almost as if you wanted Kay's arrest to happen. Certainly doesn't sound like the statement of an impartial representative of the law. Yes! That's one of them! Easy. Okay. You think so? Well, that wasn't my intention. Has it occurred to you that you might just be overthinking things a little? Gemma certainly knows how to dodge a question. But it doesn't change the fact that serious doubts remain concerning Kay's arrest. Next we'll need to press him on whether he really believes the investigation was sufficient. We can't allow any of his statements to go unexamined, no matter how trivial they may seem. One of them may just give us the breakthrough we need. You were the one calling the shots, weren't you? You can hardly say your investigation was sufficient. And you're the one who called all the shots, weren't you? Including the decision to have Kay arrested. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'm afraid I'm nowhere near as influential as you think, dear boy. You were the head of the committee! Of course you have so much power! You're the chairman of the committee. It doesn't get much more influential than that. Yes! Exactly, Edward. What do I care about such things? You wound me. It's enough to drive an old man to tears. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not the deferential type. Well, if you're going to insist on being so blunt, then I'm afraid you won't be seeing your prosecutor's badge again anytime soon. Oh, when he cries, he lets his guard down. So, I don't need that badge anyway. Let me make something clear once and for all. That badge isn't the be-all end-all for me. Far from it. I'm not concerned with titles or roles. Even you must understand that much. Ooh. Nice, nice. So young. So very young. A word of advice, Miles, from somebody who's been around the block. You're hopelessly naive, my boy. Idiotically so. Well, that certainly got under his skin. He might be less guarded in his answers while he's in the state. That's my chance. You were the one calling the shots. How much is it spent investigating? How much time was spent on your investigation altogether? My, you really don't give up, do you? But even my patience has its limits, you know. What a coincidence. So does mine. Now answer the question. Do you believe that your investigation was sufficient or not? The youth these days won't be too reckless. The youth these days are wont to be reckless. Makes me want to put you in your place. That's very weirdly translated, but okay. Going to regret that, my boy. Really? Yeah, no, he's on the offense. Well, maybe you do know your place after all. What's the matter? Scared? Hardly. I was just thinking about how best to proceed. Getting answers from the elderly requires sensitivity. It gets quite emotional after all. Oh, bird! You have no common sense whatsoever, do you? Don't you understand? Your fate rests in my hands. Still on the offense. Let's say you do manage to get some answers from me. There's nothing you can do with it. So why not give it up, dear boy? No. And why not? It's simple. Because I'm not about to let the truth escape me. Interesting. I think I'm beginning to see what makes you tick. But what you're doing is pointless. Tragically and miserably pointless. Please just give up. She's guilty. The decision has been made. Huh? But the trial hasn't even started yet. Yeah, the decision has been made? Once again, your choice of words intrigues me. It's almost as if Kay's guilt had already been determined from before her arrest. Yeah. What are you trying to imply? That you plan to have her arrested? I'm implying that things haven't gone as they normally should. In fact, everything has proceeded as if Kay's arrest was the end goal. Right from the very start. Well, Chairman Winner, was it? Yes! Okay, Tower and the King left. That's certainly an intriguing theory. I think that's a king. It could be the queen piece as well. But it's also a complete work of fiction. And I'm afraid I don't have time for such flights of fancy. I think it's time we brought this shabby little farce to an end. Don't you? No, he's trying to make us escape. We must confirm the legality of Kay's arrest before he slips away. Okay. It's fate, but the truth is finally beginning to emerge. I'm not about to let this opportunity pass me by. I still have questions. Wait, we're not done yet. I'm tired of all this talking. So make it brief, will you? What grounds did you have? You clearly gave the order. Based on everything I've heard from you so far, it's clear that Kay's arrest is entirely unfounded. Yes, good one. Yes. I think we're all familiar with this particular refrain of yours by now. But I'm afraid it doesn't matter either way. You don't have what it takes to secure her release anyhow. How dare you take this so lightly as a matter of the law? My, aren't you a rude little boy? Well, my fuse is only so long. Stay calm, stay focused. He's getting temperamental. Don't fight it. Don't fight fire with fire. Just drink some water and focus. Okay. Honestly speaking, I don't have the time to waste on every last question you can dream up. I have certain responsibilities to attend to, you know. I really am quite a busy man. Or are you just pretending to be busy? Ooh. That's an awful thing to say to a fragile old man. I work harder than I should at my age. I ask you, my boy, what could I even hope to accomplish by putting up such a pretense? Try to make me feel sorry for you. Oh, you're helping to avoid talking about the case easily. I also don't want to talk about the case anymore. That's why you're so keen to get out of this conversation, isn't it? Yeah. It's just so tragic, it really is, that you would expect me of such things. He talks in such circles. It's not a suspicion, it's a certainty. There are no clear grounds on which to base Kay's arrest for a start. Now, my boy. Let's not get carried away. There was plenty of evidence to support our case. The mask, the leather, corsage. These were all in her possession. And, of course, her confession. More than enough to prove her guilt, I'd say. But those are... What's the matter? Struggling to come up with a way to explain everything away. No. He's trying to fight fire with fire again. Well, there we have it. Your silence speaks volumes. It's true I can't counter your argument right now, but you did let something valuable slip. Suspiciously detailed knowledge of the evidence against Kay. You rattled off that list like you knew it inside out. I knew it. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. K is... I still have questions. Hi, Opal Phoenix. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Wait, we're not done yet. I am in a chess match with this man. Who gave the order? Who gave the order? Who decided that K should be arrested? You know, I can't seem to remember. Don't ever get old, Miles, my boy. It wreaks havoc on the memory. How old are you anyway? Are you in like your 50s or something? That's not old yet. Time to play my clue. You remembered all the evidence pretty well. I'd appreciate it if you stopped playing the old man card. You remembered the details of the evidence against Kay pretty clearly. Perhaps if your memory didn't fail you only when it's convenient, I'd be more inclined to believe you. So let me ask you again. Who gave the order for Kay's arrest? You're a sharp one, I'll give you that. My son could learn a thing or two from you. Yeah, he clearly didn't learn anything from you. I have a feeling you're a horrible father. If he wasn't such an incurable numbskull, that is. It's a tragedy, really. Yep, you're a terrible father. Really? It's because you're calling your son an incurable numbskull. He doesn't have any confidence because of you. You stupid... Ah. I don't want to hear about your son. I want to know who authorized the arrest. You're very mean. You know that, don't you? The arrest, you say? I believe the order was given by... me. Yeah, he's probably curable. Yeah, I really wish... there must be something in Eustace somewhere. I haven't seen it yet. But it has to be there somewhere. And we can crawl it out of him. Not this man. This man is a horrible influence. Okay, sorry. I'm getting very passionate about this for some reason. You, of course. Yes! Come now, Chairman Winner. We both know it was you. Yay! All right, you got me. You make it sound like it was somehow a bad thing, though. Yes? I have a reputation to uphold, so I guess I'd better clear up this little misunderstanding. I'll entertain your questions for a few more minutes. Let's see if I can put your mind at ease. Key thing to do now is to establish how intimately he knows the details of the case. Okay. I just have to ask the right questions. Yeah, that's the key. Thanks for fully filling the life timer. The end game is at hand. We're but a few moves away from the truth. You seem to know an awful lot about the case. You seem to know the case in quite some detail. I know about lots of things, my boy. I'm just smart like that. Aha, sure. Too bad the same can be said about the way you handled Kay's arrest. He's at the offensive now. Yeah, don't say anything. I'm a very busy man. Do try to remember that I can bring this little chat to an end whenever I so choose. It's only taking so long because she won't give me a straight answer to any of my questions. If only you'd stop giving me the runaround, we'd be done already. So let's try this again. You seem to know the details of the case quite intimately. Why is that? Because I read the case file. Not exactly the most thrilling news of my time, but of course. But it's part of my job. I have to be a good role model. I can't be seen to be slacking. It can be so hard. I had some time on my hands, so I read the whole thing from cover to cover. Wait, but aren't you very busy? But you keep saying how busy you are. That's strange. I could have sworn you just told me you're a very busy man. Ooh, we're getting closer. Ooh, and he's on the offensive again. I think the cracks are finally starting to show, wouldn't you? If you're so keen on being an outstanding leader, you can start by releasing K, you know. You really don't give up, do you? It's a moving sight indeed, my boy. But a tragic one, too. After all, your efforts are for naught. I'm afraid your little friend was found unconscious near the scene of the crime. Huh? Did you see exactly when she was found? We have yet to hear much about the circumstances in which Kay was found. She was lying unconscious in the storeroom, correct? Ah, that's right. Although, I'm not at liberty to tell you how I know that. He knows things even we didn't. In fact, he seems to be aware of every tiny detail about this case. This could be a valuable clue. Tell me what you know about Kay. The suspect, Kay Faraday. How much do you know about her exactly? I know that she's the suspect. Aside from that, not much else. Cross my heart, but it's true. Time to deploy my clue. Yet you know every other detail about the case. Sorry, but the more you tell me, the less sense your story makes. For one thing, you know details that even those investigating the scene were not aware of. Why is that? Oh my god, he did it, didn't he? Oh my god. What if he's the one in the red raincoat? He is wearing red. Oh my god. Oh my god. It was him. It was him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just how much do you really know, Chairman Winner? It's him! Oh, ho, ho, ho. There's that intimidating face you like to make again. Well, two can play this game. How do you like me now? No. Don't fight fire with this guy. I do have to commend you on your doggedness. It really is something. Huh, I'll take that as a compliment. Take it however you like. But wrap this up, will you? I just don't have the stamina anymore. She's the culprit, the only possible suspect. Just accept that already. How much more evidence do you want us to load her down with, for goodness sake? Load her down with? Aha! We're using his own words against him. Load her down with, yet another interesting turn of phrase. One that makes it sound like a lot, like the items Kay was carrying might have been foisted upon her. Yes. Impressive. You really do pay attention, don't you? It's no wonder they used to call you a prodigy, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. I think you know the answer to your question by now. Why don't you go ahead and say it? I want to hear it from you. It's finally time to shed light on the truth. All that's left is to play one last move. Kay is innocent. Kay is innocent. No, 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 my boy. That's just clumsy. Anyone could blurt out the baseless assertion like that. Even the disgraced superstar prosecutor. Time to play my clue. Except I know it wasn't her. It was you. Kay was framed. The true culprit set it all up so she would take the fall instead. That is my answer. And I won't let you deny it any longer. Yes! Whoa! He almost burned down his beard. Wow, be careful with that. Excelsius. That name is still... That name is still so dumb. Oh ho ho ho. Oh ho 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 ho. My, you really are a sharp one. It's a bit of a shame you chose to hand in your badge. I admit it. You're right on all accounts. And that's checkmate. Yes. My chest checkmate. We are still in prison. One sec. I need a sip. I hope the voice acting is good as well. My nose is very stuffy and I can feel it when I talk. So I hope it doesn't really come over in my voice or not. You knew Kay wasn't the real murderer. And yet you still had her arrested. What's worse, you thought that you could get away with it. Well, you won't. Not if I can help it. There you go with that naivety again, my boy. I guess that was always your problem. With the girl arrested and the conviction secured, this whole mess goes away. That's what will happen. But whose interest does a conclusion like that serve? His, obviously. The committee's, I suppose. And mine. Ho 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 ho. Oh my god, it's like he read he heard what I said. You know, listening to you just now, well, it really got the tears flowing, I have to say. It was poignant and heartfelt and sincere. And utterly infuriating. Look, I'm not perfect, I know that. But your lack of sophistication in these matters is beyond the pale. You insist that the truth is more important than anything else. But why would you say the same if you knew what the real value of the truth is? What are you trying to say? When you get to my level, you don't uncover the truth. You make it, little by little. Uh-oh. K. Faraday, murderer. That's the truth. The truth I created. Ugh. Oh, hi, Wayne. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. I see you've been imprisoned. Yes. We were thrown in jail. Like Miles here. We are in jail. Yes, my boy. That's what I like to see. You're so sincere, sometimes it's painful. Just makes me want to put you in your place. Knowing the real truth will get you nowhere. But that's how much it's worth. Nothing. Shocking, I know. But why not go after the real killer? How much do you even know about what really happened? You're still not getting it. That's your truth. And it is worthless. Mine is all that matters. Okay, this guy is corrupt as heck. You understand what I'm saying, don't you? Mr. Prosecutor. I have all the power here. Curse you. Well, aren't you menacing behind jail bars? You and your little friend are just as bad as each other. Violent criminals who deserve to be locked up. You'll pay for this. And with that, yet another person disappears from my life. Oh, it just makes me want to cry and cry and cry. Tears of laughter. See ya. Oh my god, Eustace's father is a murderer. I'm not planning to disappear just yet, Chairman Winner. There's still a hearing later today. Just you wait. One way or another, I'll prove case innocence to the world then. Oh. Wait, why is Eustace here? I get everyone else, but Eustace? Why is he here? I think... Am I allowed to leave the jail cell right now or not? I'm still guilty for trespassing. But... I think for... Chat, what do you think? Stay in jail or not? I don't know. I don't know. I mean... I see you're wearing red, Eustace. Is that waterproof for... You're suspecting Eustace of all people? That kid is not a murderer. It's his father. He also wears red. I'm not sure why you're in prison, so I can't tell. It's because Miles was in prison. But he's not in prison anymore. So technically, I'm not free, TuMiiA. I am free. Okay, we're out of the jail cell. It's because Miles was in prison and I was in prison, not because I lost. April 6th, 8:30 AM. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence Chamber. Why is Eustace here? 10 members. Over majority are present. I hereby call this meeting to order. I see, then no jail cell. Okay. We are gathered here today to assess the professional competency of Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Here, in the sight of the goddess, we do solemnly swear to pass fair and frank judgment. He does not look like the chairman of a prosecutorial committee. Like, the glasses don't do it, my guy. Fair and frank? Don't make me laugh. Yeah, this is corruption. This is corruption incarnate. Verity, if you'll be so kind as to summarize the case against Mr. Edgeworth. On April 5th, despite having been advised of the illegality of an investigation he was conducting, the accused refused to desist and eventually had to be detained by myself and Chairman Winner. His actions compromised the investigation into the murder of a certain defense attorney, and despite having been presented with copious evidence of her guilt, he continues to insist that the suspect, one K. Faraday, is innocent of all charges. Perhaps you could explain the details of the murder to us as well. Of course, on the morning of the 5th, the body of the victim was found here in the committee chamber. Further explanation will be provided by... me! Eustace Winner, Premier Prosecutor! Oh god, that's why he's here. The floor is yours, Mr. Winner. Oh boy. The murder itself happened late on the night of the 4th. The victim was Miss Rosie Ringer. That same night, an illicit auction was being held here in this very room. Ringer took part in that auction. I think. Yeah. Meaning that the murder took place sometime during the auction. When she was found, Ringer was dressed in an outfit that matched the description of the auctioneers. However, due to the fact that the auction carried on after the murder had occurred, I deduced that Ringer was not, in fact, the auctioneer. You deduced nothing of the sort. Yeah, it was me. And what about the basis of which the suspect was detained, Mr. Winner? Yeah, I got this. So, Faraday was overcome by... crushing remorse, Eustace. Yeah, that. Tons of crushing remorse. So she confessed. According to her confession, she was on the roof of this building when she encountered a person in a red raincoat on the viewing platform. And that person was Miss Ringer, I take it. Precisely, Mr. Chairman. The killer dressed the victim in the auctioneer's outfit after the fact. But at the time when she was killed, Miss Ringer was wearing a red raincoat. And who won the race to find that raincoat nearby? Me, that's who! Did you? I thought it was somebody from forensics. Strictly speaking, it was found by one of the forensic investigators under Mr. Winner's command. I knew it. The blood analysis of the coat showed that it was indeed Miss Ringer who had worn it, and the suspect's confession was in the final nail in the coffin. She confirmed having committed the murder. So as you can see, Kay Faraday was the killer. There's no way anybody else could have done it. Alright, Miles, I expect you have some objections. Let's get them out of the way, shall we? I have no objections, Chairman Winner. Well now, is that so? I thought it would have taken more than a single month. No objections in the matter of my unauthorized investigation, that is. But in the matter of Miss Faraday's supposed guilt, I have plenty. I can personally attest to the fact that Mr. Winner's investigation was fair and impartial. Of course it was. When it comes to carefully conducted ops, I'm the winner every time. You know, Miles, it was in my power to offer you a plea deal of sorts. If this is purely hypothetical, of course, you were to withdraw your objections, you might wake up tomorrow to find yourself the proud owner of a seat on this committee. What the frick? That is corruption! C-O-R-R-U-P-T-I-O-N! Corruption! What? I hope that was spelled correctly. So I ask you again, do you have any objections, Mr. Edgeworth? If you think you can buy my son, think again. Will you watch your mouth? I'll leave the chairman watches his. I didn't come here to talk about committee seats. I came here to talk about the murder case. I demand a statement under oath, and I won't rest until I have one. I want to know exactly what the committee's view on the incident is. You want to put us on trial, my boy. Very well, if it will make you happy. Verity, please provide Mr. Edgeworth with the materials pertaining to the case. Really? But sir... This will be his last hurrah. So let's humor him with the send-off he desires. If you say so, Mr. Chairman. Evidence data received from Judge Duval. You have no objections to Verity representing the committee, I assume. None whatsoever. Mr. Edgeworth... Don't worry, Kay. Everything will be fine. You'll see. Alrighty! The committee's view on the case. Miss Ringer attended the auction as a potential buyer. The red raincoat was one of the items up for sale. So our assumption is that after winning and paying for it, she left the auction with her purchase. The only exit from the storeroom was, of course, the hatch leading up onto the roof. After she'd emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Miss Ringer was attacked by Miss Faraday. Shortly thereafter, her flame went out. And thus concludes the committee's view of the case. Her flame went out? The raincoat was on offer that night. Is that really true? We believe so, yes. You remember the failed assassination attempt on the president of Shangfa, I assume? The raincoat is a piece of evidence from that case. It should, of course, have remained safely under lock and key in the appropriate facility. But our inquiries revealed that it did not, in fact, go missing under mysterious circumstances. and wound up in the auction along with everything else. That makes sense, I suppose. Wonderful work, Verity. Just wonderful. Crystal clear as ever. You flatter me, sir. Now, Miss Edgeworth, perhaps you can save us all some time. Let's simply admit defeat. I'll do no such thing. Thank you very much. Very well. It's good to know that you still have someone fighting you. It is. Why? Come to think of it, she said some strange things when she visited me this morning, too. What exactly is she up to? Yeah. She likes that I fight back. She likes the fact that I fight back, for some reason. What kind of evidence do I have again? She's just like handsome, tough guys. How old is she? Is she the same age as us? I don't think so. Oh, she is! She's around our age. Nice. That can be it. Maybe. Who knows? What was the statement again? Auction continued even after the murder occurred. So it wasn't at the end of the auction, it was in the middle of it. Did she say that this was at the end? But she was up on the roof? But the screen was in the storeroom. There was already blood on the hands! The murder occurred in the storeroom, not above it. Objection! Yes! Okay. I almost presented the statement. Maybe you can clear something up for me, Judge Cavell. But what is Miss Hart doing here at this hearing? She is an eyewitness. I thought it would be obvious. Well, now, I ain't really an eyewitness. More of an ear witness, I guess. Huh. She's not exactly the most confidence-inspiring choice to help you make your case, is she? I like to think that she's my allies a little more carefully than you, Mr. Edgeworth. Then you should question them more thoroughly, because there's something she hasn't told you. Take a look at this. It's a photo taken by Miss Hart. Yes, in the storeroom, correct? What of it? According to your theory, the murder occurred up on the roof. But according to Miss Hart's testimony, she happened to witness the entire incident unfold in the storeroom. Just before she took this picture. Wait! You're saying Cavell got it! Wrong. That's exactly what I'm saying. What? Aw, he was so confident in her. That was cute. Miss Hart, if I may confirm your account on the events you witnessed that night. You saw the person in the picture, correct? I sure did. There is they. And with my own 2 eyes to boot. And what were your impressions at that point? My impressions? This right here is the scoop of the century. Something like that? Yeah, that makes sense. I was hoping more for your impressions of the person in question. Oh, there's a walking meal ticket? Seriously? That's my little joke. You need to look at me like I don't sit on your lunch. Old red raincoat, right? Why, I took one look and I thought, that's a bird right there. And therein lies the rub. For Miss Hart to have thought such a thing means that the murder occurred. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, when will you learn to use your words? If it's an explanation of the facts that you require, you need only ask, you know. What do you mean? I assume you're about to raise the issue with the voices Miss Hart heard. Voices that may be unrelated. Objection! Unrelated? You could do better than that. Was one of the voices Miss Hart heard really even Miss Ringer's? You're kidding me, right? That folks was talking prideful like a turkey, or my name is Latter-day Hart. Ah, but did you hear them clearly? Well, can't say rightly for sure, but... I can't apparently say nothing and you know it. I was using voice changers. I done told you all that. Hey, Edgewood, your jacket there is looking kind of red. It's waterproof. Wiggins, stop. Precisely. His heart heard voices. But those voices were disguised. Which means we cannot even be certain that whatever she did over here had anything to do with the murder. My arms work again. Huh. You don't need to yell objection in order to sigh at me, Mr. Edgeworth. Seems I overestimated you, Judge Cavell. Nonsense! Verity is the best of us, my boy. The very best. And yet she believes that's what Miss Hart heard might not have anything to do with the murder. If I accuse everyone, I will get it right. It's a big brain move. Even supposing that that's the case, it doesn't prove the murder didn't happen in the storeroom. The incident happened before the victim was able to go up to the roof. Not much we can say for certain. And I can tell you why. This proves that the incident happened before the victim went up onto the roof. Blood on the hand! Easy. We initially thought that the person in the red raincoat was the culprit. Yes, because Miss Hart said as much. The inside of Mia's jacket is partially red. Stop! Indeed, she told us about the blood she saw in this person's hands. And that many people would have thought differently given her testimony. Ergo, if this person is the killer, then the blood we see will be from when they attacked the victim. But knowing that we know now that this person is in fact the victim, it can recontextualize everything. The presence of the blood still shows that the picture was taken after the attack. They were trying to flee! And they collapsed in front of Kay! That's it! Oh my god! Oh, that's horrible. Gavel's wearing some red as well. So many suspects. What if they're all in league and they're all guilty? But now it tells us something very important about the victim, too. This picture tells us that the victim survived the attack. There's no doubt in my mind that the victim was attacked in the storeroom. Here we have photographic evidence of her standing upright and alive, albeit with a bloodied hand. This can only mean that Miss Ringer survived the attack. The blood on her hand is from the wounds she had sustained. What are you talking about? Who dies from a hand wound? Eustace, honey. The wound wasn't on her hand, Mr. Winner. I imagine she had used her hand to try to staunch the wound. That's right. While it's impossible to tell from this angle, the victim was already mortally wounded here. Oh, ho, ho. Well, that certainly would change things, wouldn't it? It very much would. Not least by making it absurd to suggest that Kay was the attacker. Her encounter with the victim happened after this picture had been taken. After the victim had already been attacked and was in critical condition. I put it to you that all Kay witnessed was the victim finally succumbing to her wounds. That would have been quite a coincidence. It's a textbook case of wrong place, wrong time, I'd say. You seem to be forgetting a rather important fact, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, that or pretending to not remember it. What? What fact am I forgetting? I think it's time to wrap things up, don't you, Verity? Put the boy out of his misery. Dad, Gavel works for me! Why do you keep giving her orders? That's my job! You really are a total and utter embarrassment. Stop talking to him like that! It pisses me off. I'm not! I hate to break it to you, but you both are. Oh my god, Edgewood, you're not making it any better. Go to it, Gavel. Put Edgewood out of his misery. As you wish. What you're forgetting. Miss Ringer's body was found with 3 wounds in her chest. And we all know that those wounds are from, don't we? That's right, they are from when she was stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabrum. I thought anybody could survive such grave wounds. If you care to read the coroner's report, I'm sure you would change your tune. Nicely done, Gavel. Now Edgewood will have to make several objections. Yes, I'm afraid I will. What? Why? Weren't you listening? Oh, I was listening. Very carefully, in fact. Hence my objections. Come on! Why do you always have to undermine me? That's never my intention, I assure you. It isn't? Because you do it so well to yourself every single time already. Stop! Oh my gosh. Miles hates this kid. Of course it isn't. Yeah, I knew that. Because I'm... Please, Eustace, just stop, for goodness sake. You've already embarrassed me enough. Uh-huh? What do you mean, Dad? I hate to see Eustace like this. He's always baited into saying the wrong things. What do I have again? Something related with the blood. Your name is red too. Everyone is the killer. You are the killer. You are the killer. Everyone is the killer. Fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. Wait a sec. Only on the hood? But if she was stabbed in the chest, then what? Objection! Yeah, that's weird. Chairman Winner, you know what this is, of course. The red raincoat. That's right, isn't it, Verity? Yes, sir. The one Miss Ringer was wearing. I warn you, Mr. Edgeworth. You will not be thanked by retreating old ground here. Well, I'm afraid I might have to regardless. Now then, if you'll answer me this, Judge Cavell. You told us that the victim's bloodstains were found on the coat. But do you remember where exactly they were found? Of course, they were found in the hood and... No! What's the matter, Verity? The hood and? Was blood found anywhere else on the raincoat? Yeah! No, it was not. Doesn't that strike you as odd? The victim died of stab wounds to the chest. Wouldn't that lead to one to expect to find bloodstains in that area? Wait. Wait, what? Maybe that was the... Wait. If the person in the red raincoat is the killer, then if the moment they saw someone, they purposely collapsed in front of her and then they threw her off of... They threw her into the storeroom? When her guard was down? Huh. Weird. And yet, there was blood only on the hood. That's a glaring contradiction if I ever saw one. The head wound the victim suffered wasn't just some incidental injury. It was inflicted before the stab was to her chest. Perhaps you're correct. Perhaps the victim did sustain the head injury first. As you said, if she had been stabbed first, there should be blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, Miss Ringer cannot have been stabbed before the head injury had been inflicted on her. But even if we concede this point, that the head injury came before the chest wound, what difference would it make? How does it change our understanding of the case? Oh no, wait, Miss Ringer went up the ladder with only the head wound, passed out from the concussion, then Kay was attacked, thrown into the storeroom, and then the killer killed Miss Ringer in the storeroom and then planted her body there. Huh. I'd say it changes things a great deal. In fact, it raises an even more fundamental contradiction. That is quite a bold claim, Mr. Edgeworth. I have to admit, you have me intrigued. Perhaps you could show us this fundamental contradiction with some evidence. Which piece of evidence best demonstrates the contradiction the order of the injuries revealed? The autopsy report? Where's the autopsy report? Keycard record. Where is it? Where is it? Coroner's findings. There we go. Cause of death is a set of 3 puncture wounds. Victim also... Post-mortem! Heck yes! This one! This is Dr. Hurst's preliminary findings, according to which the victim suffered a head injury post-mortem. But the order suggested by the bloodstains on the raincoat is exactly the opposite, yes. Bailiff, this court hereby subpoenas Dr. Hilda Hertz to the committee chamber with all due haste. Until she testifies, this case cannot be brought to a close. Yes, Your Honor! I'll go fetch her at once! Unfortunately, Dr. Hertz is a very busy woman, and thus she will be able to come immediately. In the meantime, there's another important angle I would like to explore. Frankly, something has been bothering me about the person at the heart of this case. The so-called ringleader. Who exactly are they? Yeah, good point. I never looked into that, huh? Despite having been mentioned repeatedly in this hearing, we still don't know even the most basic facts of them that might help us uncover their identity. Well, Miss Edgeworth, do you have any thoughts on the matter? Oh, I know who it is. We've seen nothing that might serve as clear evidence of the auctioneer's identity as of yet. But there is someone involved with the case that I can name. I suspect that at the very least, they might be able to point us in the right direction. And that's... Chairman Winner. I demand that you testify as to what you know. What? Yes, your dad is a murderer. He's a very bad man, Eustace. Are you crazy? Why would you accuse my dad? He would cast doubt on the integrity of the chairman of the committee. Do you understand the implications of such an act? I don't care who or what he is. We're talking about the truth here. And about a man who seems dead set on framing Kay at all costs. The mask, corset, ticket stub, and everything else the items Kay was carrying when she was found. They were deliberately placed in her possession somehow. By Chairman Winner himself. I knew it, that fiend. Sure you did. A shocking accusation. And one I find hard to believe. But for the sake of completeness, I must ask. Why would he do such a thing? To cast suspicion on Kay, of course. Why else? I even managed to get him to say something to that effect. Chairman Winner, your rebuttal, please. I think the good chairman might be in shock. So what if I did? Did you hear me, dear boy? I said, so what if I did? You say you got me to admit as much, but where is your proof? With no witnesses to speak of, your word alone is hardly enough to make an accusation like that stick. Or do you mean to tell us that you have something more to base your outburst on? Still has the arrogance is shown back at the detention center, and yet... There must be something there. Mr. Edgeworth, I am going to have to ask you to explain yourself. If that's alright, Mr. Chairman. Not at all. I'll be very interested to hear this for myself. I'm intrigued to learn where Miles might have gotten the idea that I'm some sort of criminal. But you'll never find a more fine and upstanding citizen than myself. He has a lot of nerve acting all innocent like that. Very well, let's start at the very beginning. The fact that the auction took place right here in this hollow trial chamber is a point of suspicion. A location that should, by rights, only be accessible to members of the committee. Yeah, they all have keycards to the room after all. Furthermore, these auctions seem to be held on a somewhat regular basis. And for that to be possible, there can be only one winning explanation. That's right, Mr. Winner, that the auctioneer is a member of the committee. But, no? What on earth is wrong now? Why would do that? I played right into his hands! No, you came to the same conclusion he did. It was your own instincts. You know that he's guilty. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You did indeed, you other nitwit. But Miles, my boy, do you realize that you've cast quite a wide net with your explanation? That's true. There are 11 members of the committee altogether. 10, given Miss Ringer's unfortunate passing. 10 potential suspects in total. Well, it certainly isn't me. And it can't be the chairman, can it? Whoever it is, speak up right now. Calm down, all of you, please. Well, Miles, is that all the proof you've got against me? Huh. You're very quiet all of a sudden. It's too late to back out now. You accused the former chief prosecutor and current committee chairman of a crime. Ugh. I will tell you to prepare for the worst. But there's no preparing for what you're about to face. Oh boy. We gotta be careful, otherwise we're gonna be set on fire. You've been forcing us to argue over every little detail for a while now. Light him up, Mia! Yay! We're gonna catch him on fire. We're gonna light him on fire. When the murder happened, the order of the victim's injuries. Some other things I hardly even remember. But you needn't have bothered, my boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end. Think about it. The suspect herself had already said she did it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and her sentence will be lighter for it. So rejoice. And there you have it. Feel free to pick holes in it as you see fit. How can I when that was barely a testimony to begin with? That man... He's a very powerful person, isn't he? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Please, just let it go. I did it! The murderer! I even remember doing it! You saw a flash of something held from memory, Kay. Nothing more. If you must believe in something, believe in me. Believe me when I say you should believe in your own innocence instead. I'm up against the head of the committee here. This isn't going to be easy. But he seems to think he's already won. Perhaps I could use that against him. Ah. Know your place.
Hold it!
There's no way any of what we've discussed today is irrelevant, not unless you intend to bury the truth. But none of it is irrelevant, dear boy. The only reason you keep trying to make it relevant is because otherwise you're up a creek without a paddle.
Hold it!
Just because she confessed to something doesn't make it the truth. Kay's suffering from amnesia, so any statement she makes should be taken with at least a grain of salt.
Objection!
Even so, it doesn't exactly solve anything for us, does it, dear boy? And it would seem nonsensical to dismiss her confession outright. I'll tell you what, why don't we ask her one last time? Though I'm sure she'll just say she did it again. Fine, let's do it. Let's ask her again. We'll see if she really believes herself to be the culprit. Huh? You mean me? Is this really what you want, Mr. Edgeworth? If it goes badly, it could significantly weaken your position. I know, but there's no other way. I only request that I be the one to question her. You really know how to tug at an old man's heartstrings, you know. But fine, ask away. And on one condition. If this turns out to be a waste of time, that's it. We'll call the proceedings to an end, then and there. Agreed. Call the proceedings to an end? You mean the hearing? Yes, dear boy, that's right. Perhaps you aren't a complete muddlehead after all. Stop insulting your son! Now, just so we're clear, if we ask again, and all that happens is the girl confirms her guilt. She's officially declared guilty on the spot. Yes, that sounds like a great plan, if I do say so myself. That's it. You just declare her guilty just like that. That's the gist of it. It's a bit risk, but he's going to find a way to condemn her either way if you don't do something. Okay. Yes? I know it's a lot to ask, but I need you to think. Do you remember anything else about what happened on the day of the murder? Anything that might help us prove your innocence? Why? Why are you still fighting, Mr. Edgeworth? It's no use. I can't be of help to you. I'm sorry. I'm too scared to try and remember anymore. What if I remember something even worse? And if I did, I'd just be making more trouble for you. Please, just accept it. The kid you thought you knew is a dangerous criminal. A criminal who let you down, betrayed your trust. Don't worry, Kay. You have nothing to be afraid of. I may not have known you for very long, but I know you well enough. And right now, I'd say you know... I'd say I know you better than you know yourself. You would never commit a murder. You could never, because this is who you really are. You're the Yatagarasu. You're the great thief Yatagarasu. A noble outlaw who would never stoop so low as to kill. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Because... No. Because all I can see is the one memory that's returned. I have to face it.
Hold it!
No! No, the only evidence of your guilt is a confession they forced out of you. As I said earlier, you have to believe that you're better than that. Or are you saying you don't believe a word of what I've been telling you? No, it's not that. You're trying so hard to help me. And you're risking so much for me. It's too much. You have to stop. I'm begging you. Ah, so that's what's going on. I thought it was strange, but now I see. The reason you're allowing yourself to be railroaded into accepting your fate. It's because of me, isn't it? This is exactly what the K I know would have done. You're a good person, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm not. And I don't plan on becoming one anytime soon. What? Because despite all your wishes on the contrary, I'm still trying to help you. So you see, I've merely been servicing my own ego. Regardless of what I put you through. Now, let's try this again. See the good in yourself, Kay? Remember the noble thief that you truly are. That memory of you committing a murder, you need to question it with all you have. That's all I ask. So please, do it for me. Oh my god! Ah! Okay! Come on. Stay calm. What's wrong? Did you remember something? Ho ho! It'd be like some cliche movie plot if she did. My guy! This is Ace Attorney. Of course she will remember. A cow? Hmm? A cow? Mr. Edgeworth, if you could perhaps ask her for a few more details? Well, okay, what can you tell us about this cow? I remember now! The person in the red raincoat! She had it in her hands! A stuffed cow! I can see it so clearly now! Are you sure, Miss Faraday? Are you absolutely certain? Yes, I'm sure! Then this court acknowledges the defendant's latest statements as new testimony.
Objection.
Have you lost your mind, Verity? We can't accept testimony like this. With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, information pertaining to the victim and her possessions is new and highly relevant evidence.
Objection.
Need I remind you of the adult state of her memory? No, this simply won't do. Adult? But if you claim her memory is unreliable now, then our argument is weakened, sir. You said yourself only a few minutes ago that thanks to the suspect's confession, we need not worry ourselves over the finer details, did you not? Were we to call the validity of her memories into question, then we must also call into question the confession on which our entire argument is based. Is that really the most advisable course of action? Yes, you're right. I see that you see fit then. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're still in the game, but only by the skin of our teeth. Only thanks to Judge Cavell's intervention. It's almost as if she was on our side for a second. Huh? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, the stuffed animal. I believe the cow in question is this thing here, Your Honor. We found it in the storeroom and believe it is yet another auction lot. Ah, now we can examine it. Wait, that's... Do you know something, Cavell? No, it's just not what I imagined. Suppose it's a rather odd thing for the victim to have been carrying. Should look over it carefully. The left one is missing. This hole looks like that's where the horn would have gone. That doesn't look like stuffing in there. So what is it? Let's take a look at the rest of this toy and see what else we can find. The right horn seems intact, but I can't say it's doing much for the overall symmetry of this stuffed toy. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, it moves! It does. It sounds like sand being crushed? If it seems there is a recording device hidden inside. And... I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Nothing to say for yourself. I've waited so long for this day, and now I'll finally have my revenge. Ah! Oh my god. Could this be the moment of the murder? And someone made a recording of it? Oh my god. Hey, that's them right there. Them, the voices I heard. Sure as eggs.
Overruled.
Unfortunately, we have no way of verifying when these voices were recorded. It's possible they have nothing to do with the murder. If only there was some accompanying video footage. You got bugs in yours or something, lady? I don't call you. That's the voices I heard. And we already know the victim was holding that thing, right? There's gotta be from where she got it. Yes, it's a possibility. But a weak one, without more than your word to back it up. We need something more. Something credible. We need... Yet again, she seems to be stepping in to help. Judge Cavell, I think we all know the voices are from the moment of the murder. Consider for a moment the words we heard one of the speakers say. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me? I believe you have something that could explain what these words are referring to and how it's all related. Which piece of evidence proves that the voices are from when the murder occurred? I mean, she has a burn mark.
Take that!
The coroner's preliminary findings. How did they prove anything? Indeed, one of this page shows that the victim must be from the time of the murder. Burn mark.
Take that!
Right? Thinking again on the words we heard, this part in particular sticks out in my mind. You can't hide that burn from me. The victim had a prominent burn mark on the back of her right hand. And what of it? According to case testimony, the victim was carrying the stuffed cow toy, and a burn mark, an identifying mark unique to the victim, was mentioned on the recording it captured. Ah, it's just a coincidence. What's like that happens all the time, right?
Overruled.
No. I'm not so sure that it does, especially not in this case. The court accepts that the recording may be from the time of the murder. In which case, one of the two voices must belong to the real culprit. A burn mark, the victim accidentally burned themselves trying to imitate the hero Celsius. Oh my god. Based on the content of the conversation, it seems likely that it's the one we hear the most. But that still doesn't tell us anything about the killer's true identity, or even if they're male or female. Due to the voice change is correct. Unfortunate, but unavoidable. One thing, however, has become clear. We are now able to say that the voices Miss Hart heard were those of Miss Ringer and her killer. Just like I done told you they was! We can say something else now too. Then let's hear it. That is, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman. Do as you wish. According to Miss Hart, just before the murder occurred, two people came up to the storeroom for the committee chamber on the elevator. The ringleader and one of the auction attendees. Seems this was the point at which money exchanged hands. The murder happened immediately afterward, and the auction carried on after that. All of which points to one key fact. What else does this latest revelation tell us? The ringleader was the killer. Yeah. Since the ringleader was the auction's sole auctioneer, then it follows that they cannot be the victim. Hey, Gavel? Not right now, Eustace. There's a good boy. And if they weren't the victim, then they can only have been the killer. A compelling argument, but hardly conclusive. I am fully aware of that, Your Honor. I was merely warming up for the main event. There were certain traces left on the scene that seemed to suggest the ringleader was the killer. Then please hurry up and show us. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer? The blood? Yeah.
Take that!
It was used to hide the storeroom. The killer deliberately left a large pool of blood at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. It was due to that blood that we originally thought the murder had happened in this chamber. But it was simply a ruse, designed to cover up the blood that has dripped down from the storeroom. In order to conceal the existence of the underground auction, correct? Correct. If the culprit had nothing to do with the auction, they would have had no reason to cover up that blood, which further supports the theory that the ringleader and the killer were one and the same. And as to the identity of the ringleader, do you have anyone like the name? Oh, I certainly do. The auction is always held in the committee chamber, with its storeroom located just overhead. So at the very least, we know that murderous ringleader has some connection to the committee. Yes, yes. And you suspect me, correct? As the committee's most powerful member, that should hardly be a surprise, right?
Objection.
You're a fine prosecutor, that much I'll give you. But as I think I may have mentioned already, you're also as hopelessly naive. You've got nothing there, boy, have you? No evidence whatsoever. Unless you've got something to share, after all. No. Ugh. Do you have any evidence that show that Chairman Winner is the murderer? No. Unfortunately not. It was Chairman Winner himself who brought up the fact that I suspected him. He seemed confident right from the get-go that he's untouchable. Which means he knows. He knows I have nothing. Oh ho ho. Well, Miles, my boy. Time to pay the piper. I've always wanted to say that. Verity is all yours. Wait, Diane! I just remembered something! Huh? Did you have amnesia too? Nah, it just came to me. Flash of inspiration, you know how it is. Very well, say your piece.
Objection.
What are you doing, Verity? Mr. Edgeworth has made it clear that he won't give up until every last lick of hope has been extinguished. So extinguish we must, lest he try to drag us through this excruciating process again in the future. Yeah, what she said. I don't quite get it, but it sounded pretty cool. Thank you, Eustace. Don't worry, Dad. I'll help Cavell bring this to a winning finish. We'll show them how wrong they are. Fine, let's hear what the witness has to say. You heard the chairman, Miss Hart. If you'd be so kind. Well, alright then. Here goes nothing. Facts, Miss Hart. The facts, Miss Hart, and nothing but the facts, please. Don't you worry, you're plenty little head on that front. I'm a journalist, trust my middle name. Call me officially worried. So the ringleader's a killer, right? Which makes the victim one of the auction goers. Thing is, that don't add up. Counted 11 people coming down that hatch seat. And the murder happened, and then the auction started back up again. Now, I had me look back downstairs right after that. No. And wouldn't you know it, there were 11 little duckies all lined up in a row again. What? How? And you're sure of this, Miss Hart? Sure can be, your grateful ship. Shaw was my own two peepers. So, 11 before the murder and 11 again right after means... Wait, that's a thingy? A contradiction, Eustace. Do try to keep up. Miss Hart, did nothing really change at all. I done told you already, they carried right on again, like nothing ever happened. I mean, oh, except for... Wasn't nothing much, but... What is it? That little model doodad. Can't have yourself an auction without one. Kinda like that one Missy over there's got, but different. The auctioneer's hammer. That's the body! Ah. I done heard that thing bang and clanging right the way through. Then nothing. Just like that. So the noise of the hammer stopped midway through? Could have something to do with the murder. Yes! That's the murder weapon! That's the thing that struck her head! If what Miss Hart is telling us is true, we have something of a problem. Namely, that if the victim is neither the auctioneer, nor one of the attendees, your entire theory cannot stand, Miss Edgeworth. Ugh. Chalk one up for justice! Eat that, Edgeworth! See, Mr. Edgeworth, there really was nothing we could do. No, there must be something we're overlooking. Something we still don't have an explanation for. Just need to think. If I can't, case. Alright, kids, do we finally have all our answers now? If so, then I expect you to make good up. Wait, who? Huh? One moment, sir. I'm worried it might still be a little early to pass judgment. After all, we have one more matter yet to resolve. And until we do, we cannot claim complete and total victory over Mr. Edgeworth. Is that not so, Mr. Edgeworth? Frankly, I expected you to have raised your voice by now. A loud hold it, perhaps. Oh, yes, of course. Once again, she has rescued us from the jaws of defeat. Very well, let's get this over with, shall we? What is this one matter that still remains? Why, the contradiction in the coroner's report, sir. Ah, right! That's... Oh my god, they're finally here. I'm back with the witnesses, Your Honor. What's this all about? Why did you call us back down here? Did somebody suddenly fall ill? I'll have a conference meeting to check for... Ah! This better be good! Did somebody else drop dead? Well, they might soon wish they had. Dr. Hertz, Miss Needler, thank you for coming on such short notice. Let me assure you, this won't take long. Quit trying to butter me up and cut to the chase, will ya? Of course, we summoned you here to confirm something. What is Judge Gaval up to? Dr. Hertz, this course asks that you provide the unabridged truth regarding the following. Do you stand by your preliminary findings? Can you vouch for their complete and total accuracy? Grandma doesn't make mistakes, ever! That's strange. Huh? What do you mean? In the course of this trial, an error was indeed found in the report. And so I ask again for the truth, Dr. Hertz. Did you alter, tamper with, or in any way falsify your findings? That's awful! How can you even say that? What are you asking me for? Why the heck would I want to do that? To help the true culprit, of course. As if I know anything about all that! I just knew I didn't do anything of the sort! Then that seems doubly strange. What other explanation could there be for the discrepancy in your report? Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might have any thoughts on the matter. It's not likely to be coy, I must say. Why does she keep taking charge and helping me? Still don't know what she's trying to do, but I'll happily take what I can get. If everything was recorded accurately and handed off to Mr. Winner according to protocol, then the report shouldn't contain any mistakes. Wait! For the record, I didn't do anything to the report! I guess we'll see, won't we? Oh, Dr. Hertz, perhaps we could begin with your side of the story. Why do we even need to? This is pointless! I'll be the judge of what's pointless, thank you very much. We have patients waiting back at the hospital. But Grandma, we really don't have time for this. Would you please help us? I can't stress how important this is. Grandma says she'll testify. But could you please make it quick? If we're not back soon, people will suffer. Yet you had no qualms about taking your time and buying cotton candy the last time we saw you. We'll let you go as soon as we can, I promise. Assuming you tell us the truth, that is. Cool. So-called mistake in the report. No way there's mistake in Grandma's report. Not never! I've been dealing with the dead longer than you've been alive, Sonny Jim. Me writing something wrong is about as likely as... Ouch! And what the heck did you think I stand to gain by doctoring a file, Don't make a lick of sense. And that's all she has to say. Nothing funky here. See, it's just as I thought. There's no chance they'll go doctored her findings. You swear by holy goddess that this testimony is true. Of course! Grandma's never told a lie!
Objection!
Your opinions are not necessary, Nurse Needler. Your grandmother is the subject of this inquiry, not you. Not necessary? That's not fair! I'm the only ally poor Grandma has. Go ahead and shout objection left or right, but you best be prepared then, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. Oh, I'm more than prepared. I'm ready to expose the truth behind the error in the report. It must be something in her quotes.
Hold it!
The victim appears to have put this raincoat on after sustaining the head injury. And yet, there was not a single drop of her blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, she must have been hit in the head before she was stabbed in the chest, making it pre-mortem. Oh, that's... I don't need you to teach me much how to suck eggs, young man. My dang report already says what you just said, don't it? No. Your report states that the head injury appears to have been sustained post-mortem, which is the exact opposite of what I just said. Oh. Sure. I diligently dictated that report to Florence here, and she wrote it all down just like I said it. If something happened to it after that, were it nothing to do with me, You dictated it. If you could please tell me more. I diligently dictated that report to Florence. Anything after that were nothing to do with me. But didn't she just... I mean... Then why isn't Needler's signature on there too? She wrote it down. She deserves to have her name on the report, right? Objection! Yes! Dr. Hertz, I'd like you to take a look at the report for yourself. Oh, I'll bring it to... Ah! Oh! She knew she slipped up. This ain't what I said! This ain't what I said at all! What? What do you mean exactly? I don't know. But I can't say that. Miss Needler, if you are attempting to bury Dr. Hurst's truth, I will gladly hear a confession myself on behalf of the goddess of justice. Dr. Hurt seems to be telling Judge Cavell something in private. What? I see. Very well. Allow me to relate to everyone what you have just told me. Ain't no doubt about what I said. I dictated my findings to Florence just like I told you I did. The fuddle-headed young thing must have wrote it down wrong or something. Wow! That was a great impression! Yes, but was it really necessary? So in summary, there is an error in the report. It was all because of you, Nurse Needler. The true facts have now been shown to be that a head injury occurred prior to the chest wound. The question now, Miss Needler, is why did you introduce such an error? Just a minute, Verity. You make it sound as if the poor girl did it deliberately. My guy, she did! She did it on your orders! Or as it seems to me, she just made a little mistake. Pre-mortem, post-mortem, they're practically the same word, don't you think? But it's important! Except they mean two completely opposite things. This was deliberate, no doubt about it. But why would she want to change it? Exactly, thanks You won't get away that easy. Explain yourself, young lady. But Grandma, You submitted a falsified report, an act that led to Kay being accused of murder. You owe us an explanation. I can't tell you. Not don't want to, but can't. There is really rather unpleasant, don't you think? Ganging up on this poor, considerate girl's only looking after her grandmother. She has nothing to do with anything. She simply made one tiny mistake. So why not leave it there? Objection! You'd like that, wouldn't you? Because the only person her testimony would hurt is you. What on earth do you mean, my boy? Seeing as you are now a de facto prosecutor. De facto ex-prosecutor, I would say. You're going to need to explain yourself better than that. I'd be happy to. I'll even spell it out for you. Nurse Needler's role in this crime is very important because she's a co-conspirator. Nurse Needler doctored the report in order to cover for her accomplice. Oh ho 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 ho! So she's a co-conspirator. This innocent young thing. Do share your grounds for making such a wild accusation, dear boy. The murder couldn't have been committed by one person working on their own. Without at least two people, it wouldn't have been possible to maintain the Oh my god! If the auctioneer was the murderer and the victim was one of the attendees, the fact that they witnessed testified to there being 11 attendees even after the murder doesn't make sense. Hey, watch it! Y'all gonna call my good word in the question now too? That's not what I meant. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm taking you at your word, which means there must be a co-conspirator. I know it's hard, my boy, but sometimes you just have to accept that you're wrong. No. I wasn't wrong. I just hadn't considered the possibility of the killer having an accomplice. As soon as we do, things start to fall into place. If the killer's accomplice returned to the auction room in place of the victim, there would indeed have been 11 attendees both before and after the murder. Well, so that's your theory, is it? Certainly an intriguing theory. Surely the imposter would have been spotted right away. I don't imagine that Nurse Needler looks strikingly different from the victim in build and stature. With the help of a mask, she could very easily have been replacing Miss Ringer without anybody noticing. Well, Nurse Needler, is that what happened? Did you take the victim's place at the auction? I went to something like... Now tell us, the ringleader. Who were they? I can't tell you. I just can't. It hurt Grandma too. Ow! But Grandma... Don't you worry about me. I can take it. You just tell me everything, child. But... Grandma! Okay. So I was right. She was an accomplice. Miss Needler, why? Well, Miss Needler, can you explain yourself? Yes. Huh? Oh, thank you, Grandma, but I'm all right now. I confess it. I changed places with Miss Ringer. So you admit that you were working with the ringleader. Grandma, how could you? No, it's the nurse, not the grandma. Yeah, I was helping them. I don't know how, but they found out Miss Ringer was going to attack them. The culprit was going to be attacked by the victim. They seemed pretty sure it was going to happen that night. So they made a counter plan. They wanted to strike first, and they wanted me to help them. I was told to go to the storeroom before the auction began, and wait there. Now hold it right there, Missy! I didn't see nothing, and my eyes don't lie. If you'd have been there before the auction, I would have been bumped right into you. I was there the whole way through, and you weren't there for a bit of it. But I'm not lying. Well, that's easy for you to say, but you were lying about altering the report only a few minutes ago.
Objection!
Huh. I think we're all aware of the number of potential hiding places in that storeroom. Are we? Where exactly are you trying to say our friend the nurse was hiding? There's Needler hid here while she was waiting in the storeroom. Ah, da-da-da-da! She hid inside this closed box. Oh, she did she? Huh, well it was there the whole time, even before I moseyed on in. And like I done told y'all, it had all them change around it. Wanted to hide in there myself, really, but it was locked up tight, so I had to go elsewhere. I imagine it was because Nurse Needler was already lying in there by the time you arrived. That's right! We didn't want anybody to open it, or would have been... Or it would have really blown our cover. So the ringleader told me to climb in and wait until it was time for my part of the plan. And then they wrapped the whole box up in chains. I think they took the elevator downstairs not so long after. It was just before the auction was due to start. Wait, would you have been able to breathe? So as the auction was beginning, you and Miss Hart would have been the only people in the storeroom. Yeah, I think so. The auction proceeded as it always did, until a certain customer came upstairs to complete her purchase. That was when the incident occurred. Miss Hart overheard the victim and the culprit exchanging words around them. You betcha! I was behind the statue there, shaking like a dang leaf the whole time. In the middle of their quarrel, Miss Ringer was killed by the auctioneer. I imagine that the auctioneer carried Miss Ringer's body over to the closed box, from which Nurse Needler emerged and swapped places with the victim. After placing Miss Ringer's body inside the box, Nurse Needler's role now was to pretend to be Miss Ringer. The two of them then returned to the room below as if nothing had happened. Ah, was that about sum up what happened in the storeroom, Nurse Needler? Yes, in fact, that's exactly what happened. Hold up, we just walked right back on in and nobody noticed? This is two completely different people we're talking about. You're telling me not one of the other folks down there at the auction caught on? Why would they? The other auction goers had no reason to notice the difference when Nurse Needler entered because... She stole the victim's clothes. As we see, Miss Ringer and Nurse Needler are about the same build. What's more, the auction rules required attendees to wear their masks at all times. If Nurse Needler were wearing the same clothes as Miss Ringer, nobody would have been any the wiser. No, and they weren't. I borrowed Miss Ringer's clothes and and left the poor child in her smalls. Have you no respect, girl? No, Grandma, I thought the same thing. It wouldn't be nice to leave her like that. So when the ringleader wasn't looking, I put that raincoat on her. So that's how Miss Ringer came to be wearing it. Thus, the auction was able to carry on as before. Guess the part where I caught the red raincoat on film came just after. Yeah, must be. It all makes sense. Right after that was when I went on over and looked downstairs through the gap in the elevator. Find me 11 happy little auction goers. Then back I snuck to my little hidey hole. So tell me you were hiding back there the entire time after that. Well, that is... not exactly. What is it? Did something happen? So maybe I ought to have mentioned this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. Well, passed out. Unconscious, you might say. What? What happened? Oh, nothing much. Kinda silly, really, but, there was this sudden loud noise, and it stole me just a little bit, you know? Alright, maybe more than a little. But I just witnessed a murder. Can't blame a girl for getting jumpy. Guess that got my heart shook and my head faint. Before I knew it, I was out like a light. By the time I came to, it was the next dang day. And there y'all were clanking down that ladder. I see, so you were startled by a loud noise and fell unconscious. Suppose that means you don't know what happened after that. Not per se, but, well, after the auction was over, all the masks were back on the rack. So I reckon the guests done finished up and filed one by one like they were supposed to. Nurse Needler, once the auction had restarted, what exactly were you doing? I was pretending to be Miss Ringer and placing bets, just as the ringleader wanted. I had to win the clothes box as I had been instructed. It had a dead body inside after all. Imagine if somebody else had won it. We would have been in real trouble then. So you had no idea that the victim had vacated the box in the meantime? No. Not until we came back up so I could pay for it. That was when we noticed. The ringleader told me to go look for her right away. Except I found some other girl collapsed at the foot of the ladder instead. Okay. Yes, she must have fallen from up on the roof and been knocked unconscious. That's the victim must have let that hatch wide open, huh? I will explain it. Kay would have been so shocked by seeing Miss Ringer fall motionless right in front of her that she wouldn't have seen the open hatch and fallen right through it. That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Miss Hart. It was the sound Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor. Yeah, I suppose. Can't believe something like that done knock me out for so long, though. So in summary, by the time Miss Needler found Kay, you were already sound asleep behind the statue. I think I got a good grasp of what occurred up to this point now. Nurse Needler, if you would continue. Sure. So I found Kay, and next I found Miss Ringer, and I put them both in the clothes box. Didn't risk any of the auction goers seeing them. That would have caused a real hullabaloo. Was that your idea, or the ringleader's? Theirs. By putting the raincoat on Miss Ringer was my own idea. So I tried to get rid of it before they found out what I'd done. Huh, I imagine they were none too pleased when it showed up as a surprise piece of evidence in this case. And lastly, the ringleader and I put her in an auctioneer's outfit we'd prepared. Of course, which completed the deception and made everyone think she was the auctioneer. All in all, the auction finished up without anybody noticing anything. And that was that. Now that we know the extent of your crimes, Nurse Needler, if you have anything further to share, I'd advise you to do so immediately. I wish I could tell you more, but I'm sorry, that's all I know. Oh, except for one other thing. It did seem a little strange, I guess. When I was borrowing Miss Ringer's clothes, I took everything I could, but I couldn't take her hair, obviously, so ouch! You're dang right! You couldn't take her hair! What kind of medical professional are you? That's where you draw the line, so taking her clothes was okay. Our hair was totally different. The style, the length, everything. I kind of panicked. But the ringleader thought of everything, including wigs. 2 of them, in fact. There was a straight one and a wavy one. They were both stashed in the clothes box. 2 wigs? But why? Right? I wondered that too. I thought maybe they were worried she might have changed up her style. Anyway, I took the straight one. That was the one that matched her hair on the day. Leaving a wavy wig in the box. Weird. And that's everything you know. There's nothing else you're forgetting. No. Huh? No, really, Grandma, that's everything. And I take it that you really have no idea who the ringleader might be.
Sorry, I only know that they were in charge of the auction. I didn't see them without their mask on. And they were pretty careful to keep their identity a secret from everybody.
Ugh, if I can't get something concrete on them. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Well, Miles, are we about done? You've proven the nurse was part of the murder plot. Sadly for you, it doesn't change a whole lot. Because it does nothing to prove that Kay Faraday isn't the ringleader. And justice must prevail. We can't change the law, even for your sake. Oh my gosh, this is so exhausting. Is this it? Am I not going to be able to save Kay?
Objection!
Francisca! Yes! Perfect timing! Francisca, what are you doing here? As I told you before, Miles Edgeworth, where the case leads, I follow.
Your dedication is an inspiration to us all.
But don't go getting the wrong idea, little brother. I'm only here to deliver the truth regarding the suspect. I'm certainly not here to forgive you for abandoning the way of the prosecutor. I understand that. You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information. Detective Gumshoe did that? Prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth, for the final piece of the puzzle. Rosie Bringer's head wound was the first of the injuries he suffered, not the second. I'm sorry, but we already knew that. Well, someone say something! Yes, there's no easy way to shade this, Francisca, but we already proved that ourselves. You... what? Yes, just a few minutes ago. Ah! Well, why didn't you say so sooner? You didn't exactly give us a chance. And I suppose you know about the murder weapon too? No, not yet. Ha, good. Then listen up. The victim was struck on the head with a blunt object bearing a circular surface. And the wounds to the chest were actually inflicted post-mortem. A circular surface.
Objection!
And you're certain of that, I assume. Your sources are above board. Two trusted medical professionals reached the same conclusion independently. We couldn't ask for more.
Objection!
This man is exhausting. He's like Von Karma. Of what? I am the prosecutor in charge of Interpol's investigation into the underground auction. And this murder occurred during that auction. It would be negligent of me not to pursue leads pertaining to related parties. Especially the victim. My, you've really become quite the force to be reckoned with, haven't you, my dear?
Then all parties are in agreement. The victim died from a blow to the head.
Yes. Sadly, the murder weapon itself has yet to be identified. Huh, based on the shape, I might have an idea or two. I knew it! I knew it! But guys, I didn't have any other weapon during my investigation. Yet one need only think about the setting and an auctioneer tools, and the answer should be obvious. An object with a circular surface used in an auction. We're obviously talking about the auctioneer's hammer. What would an auctioneer have readily at hand? An auctioneer's hammer, of course. But we never found one of those!
If the auctioneer was indeed the killer, it does seem a likely candidate for the murder weapon. But without the evidence to support your theory, it remains nothing more than that.
Oh, I have just the evidence you need right here. This piece of evidence strongly suggests that the auctioneer's hammer was the murder weapon. Hart said it was. Sound of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard.
Take that!
Miss Hart told us something very important about the auction after the murder occurred. She said that the very prominent sound of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard. Now, why would that be? I'll tell you why. Because it had just been used in a murder and was covered in the victim's blood. It would need to be disposed of. Isn't that right, Chairman Winter? I'll have our people look into this right away. Oh, you really are like a dog without a bone. Aren't you, dear boy? And if you can't dedicate yourself to a cause when you're young, when can you?
Seems very confident we'll never find it. Very well. A search for the murder weapon will be conducted. In the meantime, this court is in recess.
Oh, finally! Oh my god, it's already been 2 hours? What the frick? I don't think we can start the 5th case, guys. 1 second, I'm gonna disappear. 1, 2, 3, and I shall disappear. One, two, three, and I appear once more. Sheesh. My gosh, this case is longer than I thought it would have. Everybody is panicking. April 6th, Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, Chamber.
Silence in the courtroom, please. Miss Von Karma, if you'd be so kind as to update us on the progress of the search.
It's not good news, I'm afraid. The entire big building has been searched from top to bottom, and no auctioneer's hammer was found anywhere. Ugh.
That is bad news indeed. Then we have no choice but to move ahead with the verdict.
Ah, such a terrible shame. But I suppose only a fool would have left a murder weapon behind. It's certainly not what I'd expect from a first-rate critical mind.
No, there's just not enough to work with here. I can't carry us any further on my own.
Yes, it really is a tragedy, but such is life, I suppose. I was just thinking back over the defendants I've made plea deals with over the years. People who poured their hearts out to me, who trusted me with every detail of their crimes. And then, when it came to their sentencing, I recommended life in prison every time. For every single one. Oh, if only you could see them. The stupid, dumbfounded looks on their faces.
The verdict will now be passed. All present will accept the goddess's word of law.
There's nothing more I can do? Can I both— No, no! Please not. Please, no. If only we had some proof!
Never imagined that we'd be passing judgment on you under such circumstances. The end of the road, huh?
Please. No! I don't want to go in jail!
By the power vested in me, Excelsior's winner, this court hereby indicts you for your crime.
Hello? What? Huh. What on earth got into you, Verity?
I submit for the court's consideration the case file of a certain incident.
What? He's on our side!
The IS-7 incident. A murder that took place 18 years ago.
But what does that file have to do with— Wait, you mean—
Your late-night visit to the chamber, that was you! Precisely. I came here to retrieve these documents. Though sadly, it would seem that I arrived too early to catch the auction itself. When we spoke of the matter before, I implied that I had come to retrieve files pertaining to your own case. You'll have to forgive me. That was a ruse to buy myself more time.
Oh my god! She was undercover? What the heck are you doing, Cavell? You can't just accuse my dad! Without proper grounds, it's information!
An excellent observation, Eustace.
It is?
And of course, I have the grounds to make such an accusation. 18 years ago, Mr. Manfred von Karma had some details about the victim's body fabricated.
Details he was forced to fabricate when the sculptor Artie Frost's body went missing. My papa? Fabricating information? What is the meaning of this?
Ian Simon, the detective originally assigned to the case, did in fact report that the body had gone missing. However, it seems that a certain someone wasn't very pleased with Mr. von Karma and deliberately withheld that information in order to bring him down a few pegs.
What?
This individual refused to allow anyone to go against their wishes or to challenge their power, and they're known to go to extreme lengths in order to bring those who defy them to heel. 18 years ago, there were no difference. In fact, they even ordered Dr. Hertz to create a fake autopsy report for the IS-7 incident.
What? She was responsible for the fake report?
Wait! You have to understand! Grandma, she's not a bad person! She had to do what she said! She didn't have any choice! The person in question was the chief prosecutor at the time.
Oh my god.
The chief prosecutor 18 years ago?
No.
The man who gave Papa the first penalty of his career?
Oh my...
Excelsior's winner. It was you.
Oh my god!
Objection!
What are you all talking about? My dad would never do something like that! He would.
I'm sorry, Eustace, but your opinion on the matter is not needed here.
He wasn't even born yet.
Well, Chairman Winner, do you have anything to say for yourself?
All that nonsense with the body, that was Manfred's doing. Such a willful boy. And the fake autopsy report. Hilda, how could you? I can't believe you naughty kids would do such dishonest things behind my back.
Hold it!
No, you are so lying so much. I hate you. You could just ask her why she did it. She is standing right over there after all. Do it.
Oh, wait! Rama, can she's... Ah! Rama, I'm sorry. I knew. That's why I... Right. Exactly. If I didn't, everybody would have found out about what you did. It said it was going to crush if I didn't help them with their plan.
Oh my gosh, that was why.
They said it would, and it would. I just had to do what the auctioneer said.
So you were coerced into it, were you, Miss Nurse Needler? Just to be clear, the auctioneer was Chairman Winner.
I'm sorry, but I honestly don't know. The person forcing me to help them was the auctioneer. And they definitely looked at me about the same build as the chairman, but I never saw their face.
Well, there must be something. Any detail, no matter how small, will do.
Oh, wait! Their mask didn't cover their whole face. And the part that wasn't covered had a tattoo on it. I remember that much for sure.
My plan of accusing everyone until I got it right looks to have turned out right in some peculiar ways. A tattoo? A tattoo on the chin? A tattoo.
Objection!
This all sounds very dramatic, but I really don't know what you're talking about. There's no tattoo anywhere on my face. I think I'd know if there was one, wouldn't you? Which means I can't be the ringleader, no matter how much you want me to be. I only hope you can figure out who this shameless manipulator might be. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Overruled.
Your contempt for this courtroom is an insult to the goddess.
Are you sure it's not you who's feeling insulted here?
I'm not the only one who's been trying to bring you to justice. Miss Ringer had been trying too. And I refuse to let the sacrifice be in vain.
Young Rosie was looking to take me down, you say. But why? I barely knew her. I've always had a sort of magnetic charm, but I don't remember ever catching that particular eye.
You barely knew the victim. Why, I do believe that is a new statement.
You were on the same board together, what?
The goddess demands that you offer your full testimony on the record.
So that's how this is going to go. You mean to hound me until I finally break? Well, if that's the way you want to play it, fine. I'll destroy you all. Every last one of you.
Miss Edgeworth, please allow me to work with you on this one.
Oh my god.
I doubt we'll get another chance to put him on the stand. So let's make the most of this opportunity.
Of course, Your Honor. Alright. I wouldn't have it any other way. Nice! She was undercover this whole time!
Now, Chairman Winner, you will tell this court everything you know about Miss Ringer.
Everything I know about Miss Ringer. Young Rosie was a member of the committee, of course. But we never really had any personal interactions. At least none that I remember. I had no motive to murder that poor girl whatsoever. And I have absolutely no idea why she was after me.
So you don't mean to accept your part in any of this?
Of course he doesn't! He isn't guilty!
Oh, Eustace, you sweet summer child.
Oh god. His whole world will break, will be turned on its head. baby! He's my dad! The winner of winners! Kid, no. That's very kind of you, Eustace, but you'll need more than mere words if you plan to cover for me. Right, you got it. I won't let the pin this on you. I believe in you, Dad. You'll beat Edgeworth. I know you will. Yes, you really are such a sweet, simple child.
He really loves his dad, huh?
That's no excuse for him to ignore his father's crimes. No matter how much he respects him.
Regardless of their station in life, all criminals will be made to atone for their sins in time.
That was a badass... like, Gavel and Francisca together, that was an awesome battle stance. This won't be easy on Mr. Winner. No, but it has to be done. We can't let his father get away with this. Eustace will break down after this. This is not gonna go well for everyone involved. Sure. So you're saying you barely knew the victim at all? That's exactly what I'm saying, my boy, yes. Why, I never even knew about that burn mark on her hands. You didn't? I mean, what's the point? You get to know someone, but before you know it, they're gone. Gone such a pain to remember things about others. They're here one day and gone the next. Yes, because they dare stand up to you, and you make them disappear. If you could please add your remark about the victim's burn to your testimony, Chairman Winner. Why, I didn't even know about the burn mark on her hand.
Hold it!
You're sure you didn't know about the burn mark? You really don't let up, do you? I'm not in the habit of memorizing who has a scar on their hand and who doesn't. But this wasn't just any old scar. I'd say it's pretty noticeable, in fact.
Perhaps under normal circumstances, but now that I think about it, Miss Ringer does always wear gloves. Truth be told, I wasn't aware of the burn mark until after the incident myself. Victim's hands were always covered by a pair of gloves. It makes sense, of course. People can be very self-conscious about such things. I can only sympathize, being something of a sensitive soul myself. I hope you're not too sensitive to append that statement to your testimony. Huh? Ah, one of the people recorded had a prominent burn. You could see the burn on her hand. Yes! So Ms. Ringer always wore gloves. If she did, that raises a rather important question and highlights quite a contradiction. A contradiction, you say? Really? If you listen again to the conversation that was captured by the stuffed cow, you'll soon see what I mean. You can't hide that bird from me. We can be reasonably certain that we just heard is the moment the victim was attacked. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. We assumed that those were the words of the killer. And where's the problem in that? Seems like a perfectly sensible assumption to me. Huh, I'm afraid not, Chairman Winner. For you see, if the victim was always wearing gloves as you just testified, then the burn mark on her hand should not have been visible to her killer.
Objection!
You speak as if gloves can be easily removed. She could have taken them off during the auction. That's...
But she hadn't. She was still wearing them when I changed places with her. So they must have been on her hands when she was being murdered too.
What are you saying, my dear? You do know how much trouble you're in, don't you?
I'm not scared of you anymore. I have Grandma on my side now.
Now it's time for you to be the paper winner, you dang devil! I see. So you're both looking to disappear too. That can be arranged. Not this time, Excelsior's winner. The only person disappearing will be you.
Objection!
Hey, you can't talk to my dad like that. Oh, kid, you're suspiciously good at that old lady voice. I did have a lot of practice. I voiced a lot of old people in these series, so who cares if the burn was covered up? What does that even matter? Kid, stop. Oh, it matters because it turns our understanding of the burn mark on its head. What do you mean? What can the fact that the victim's burn mark was covered up possibly tell us? The murderer had a burn mark too! Oh my god! Think about it like this, Mr. Winner. The victim was wearing gloves. Therefore, the burn mark on her hand would not have been visible. In which case, whose burn mark was it that was being referenced in the recording? Somebody who, wasn't the victim? Precisely, which can only mean that the culprit had a prominent burn mark too. Or to put it another way, I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Those words were spoken not by the murderer, but by the victim. No way!
Objection!
Eustace, my boy, would you mind stepping aside for a sec? Look, Miles, it's nice to see you having fun with your little flights of fancy, but let's get serious. So the murderer had a burn mark now. Really? Where? Your little theory will either take flight or die, depending on your answer, I'm afraid. He's not messing around. I have to figure out where that burn mark was, and fast.
I wonder where it could have been. All the auction people were wearing disguises, right?
Yes. And each disguise was different. Yet, in spite of that, the burn mark was visible to the victim somehow, which means... Well, shall we? Enlighten us, I told you. Where was the murderer's burn mark? I assume you have some evidence. Somewhere that wasn't covered up with this. On the neck. Here's my evidence. The outfit the ringleader was wearing throughout the auction. Or rather, the outfit you were wearing, Chairman Winner. Oh! What exactly is that supposed to tell us,
Objection!
A suit, white gloves, and a mask. This disguise should have covered almost all of your skin. But according to Nurse Needler's testimony, the auctioneer's mask didn't quite cover your entire face. Not only that, she claims to have seen a tattoo on the part that was exposed. But was it a tattoo? Or did she simply mistake a burn mark for one? a burn mark on the face?
Objection!
Oh my god! Sorry to interrupt while you're so clearly enjoying yourself, dear boy. But I regret to inform you that none of the committee members have such a burn. It sounded familiar to Eustace! Myself included, of course. But, Dad, I mean... He knows! He figured it out! Eustace, accept it! It's your father! Your father's the killer! You know he has a burn mark! Eustace, do you think you can be quiet, please? You can be foolish on your own time later. He figured it out! He figured it out! Oh my god! Well, you may be an annoyance most of the time, Mr. Winner. But on this particular occasion, I'm grateful for your presence. A reaction like that from you, his son, is as good as an indicator of the truth as I could have hoped for. And it gives me a much-needed confidence boost concerning another theory of mine. Namely, who that one unexplained item belongs to.
What's the matter, Mr. Winner?
I think he might be in shock. After all, he's usually the last to figure things out. But in this case, he seems to have gotten there all too quickly. Yeah, he's the first to figure it out. He knows that his father is indeed the real murderer.
He's sad because he knows the truth? So, it's better not to know the truth at all?
No. No, Kay. It's what we came here for. It doesn't matter how we get there. The important thing is finding the truth. You yourself told me that once, right when I needed to hear it the most. Now it's time for me to repay the favor and show you the truth of your innocence.
I want to know too, the truth of what really happened. So please, Miss Edgeworth, won't you show me? I very much intend to.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. You don't know when to give up, do you? Where is this born then? Perhaps you could point it out to me. But you can't, can you? Because it's nowhere to be found. Just like your evidence that I'm the killer. Yeah, hunt for contradictions all you like. You won't find any. Because he's my dad. Winner through and through.
Objection!
No. I understand, Mr. Winner. I completely understand why you don't want to believe it's true. But if you ignore the truth now, you'll regret it for as long as you live.
Dad, what do I do?
He's gonna snap.
I just don't understand it. How could I have raised such an utter buffoon? Stop saying those things to him. If you really wish to help your father, Eustace, you can try thinking on your own for once in your life. You useless nitwit! But I try all the time, Dad! All I do is try! I went to the school you want me to go to! I aced every test! Look at my jacket! They only gave these to the valedictorian! I did everything you told me to! I worked like crazy! I graduated top of my class! I tried to be just like you! And win as many trophies as I could!
Objection!
Oh no, you really are just a simpering simpleton, aren't you? I don't like where this is going. Huh? Those tests you aced. I had the school give you perfect scores on all of them. Oh no! Those debate and speech competitions you won. The judges were all friends of mine. No! You're destroying his whole world! If you never even realized that much, there's no hope for you, I'm afraid. Not at all. Oh my god. I am angry. This guy is going to the graveyard. 100%. You're no son of mine. Even you must see that. Ah! No! Oh, gone, my own son. They all leave in the end. You are the worst father I have ever seen. I hate you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Horrible. Horrible. Oh my god. Bribing test. Bribing test? Bribing test? Wait. 1 sec, chat. What? I need to look up something. Real quick. Come on. Quickly. Oh my god! Oh my god! Why did I not figure that out? Why? Oh my god! Eustace was wearing a Themis uniform! Oh my god! Of course there were bribes in that school! Oh no! How the heck is this game so connected to Dual Destinies? First the prison with animals in it, and now this! What? I cannot believe it. Oh my god, this really is the start of the Dark Age of the Law right here. Oh my god, what is happening? Oh my god, I cannot, guys. This was before Dual Destinies. I am amazed at how So that was the point of Dual Destinies. It was to wrap plot points from this case up. They were inspired by this game. This is amazing how well this connects. Now that I know this, Eustace should have appeared instead of Clavier in that Academy case. It would have made more sense, thematic-wise. Oh well, this guy is disqualified of ever having the #1 dad coffee mug. I think Eustace is just running home and smashing all the #1 dad cups right now as therapy. I appreciate some good, solid, long-term storytelling. Yeah, I'm actually really glad I played Dual Destinies before this one. It makes the twist that much more impactful. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I mean, boo, hoo, hoo, hoo. Even when he was trying, he was failing. And he did it all for me. Then he should have tried harder. You are going to the graveyard, sir. Arachnid von Helsing has her target on you. From this moment on, you're a disgrace. Absolutely. You don't deserve to be a father. And you certainly don't deserve to be the chairman of this committee. What? Tell your truth, Edgeworth. Even I feel sorry for the boy now. Wow.
Poor Mr. Winner.
Yeah.
Explain yourself, Chairman Winner. Just what do you think your son is to treat him in such a way?
An utterly useless pawn sounds about right. But you're one to talk, Rarity. You tried to worm your way into my trust by using Eustace too.
I cannot deny it. However, I have never thought of using him as a mere pawn.
Excelsius wasn't planning on getting caught and ending up in a Halloween stream. Oh, he's going to end up in the grave.
He may not be a naturally gifted prosecutor, but he tries. And in some ways, he tries harder than anybody.
Defend him, please!
Oh my gosh! That's what I have witnessed during my time with him. Yet you would call him useless. How could you?
Objection.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. Because he is Verity, my girl. He is utterly incapable of doing anything I ask of him.
Mr. Edgeworth, I entrust my offering to the goddess to you, so that you may use it to call her final judgment onto Excelsius Winner.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've been more than ready to do so. If the ringleader had a visible burn mark on their face that night, then it would follow that Chairman Winner is currently hiding that mark somehow. How exactly was he dressed during the auction? That will be the key to solving this case at last.
Now then, your answer, please. Which piece of evidence will help us to reveal the burn mark on the culprit's face?
Nurse Needler's. Oh my god, he's using a wig as a beard? What? What?
Take that.
What? Recall Nurse Needler's testimony, if you will. There was one thing we never quite resolved. The second wig. The one that wasn't used.
I seem to remember it being wavy.
What are you two talking about? Nurse Needler's apparently found some very interesting items when she wanted to swap places with the victim. And? What did they have to do with the burn mark? What she found were two wigs. One was intended to make her look more like a victim. But what was the other one for? I don't suppose it was meant to be a spare. Does it take a huge leap of imagination to see the truth? Compare Chairman Winner's current appearance to that of the ringleaders as it was described to us. Stop it. Stop staring at me. One very prominent difference presents itself. His face. Rather, what's around it.
You mean it wasn't a wig after all?
Indeed, not a wig intended to go on the top of the head in any case. It was a fake beard all along. Wasn't it, Excelsius Winner? Yes! 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 Burn the wig! Ha 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 ha. This is all my own, dear boy. How very unkind of you to suggest otherwise. We saw how your son reacted when he realized the truth, and how he desperately tried to cover for you even in light of his realization. Yet you still feared that he might expose you. So rather than take that risk, you bullied him until he couldn't take it anymore. Because he knew that your beard hides a prominent burn mark. Chairman Winner, I insist that you remove your beard this instant. Do it! Oh my god.
There it is! The burn mark! Mr. Edgeworth, For bringing evil to justice before the eyes of the goddess. You have my thanks. No, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. Excelsis winner. In the name of the goddess, I hereby pronounce my verdict.
Guilty. Guilty.
In the matter of the murder of Miss Rosie Ringer, this court finds you
Guilty. Yes! Oh my god, we did it! He's dead! And Arachnid will hunt him down in the cells later. Yay!
Mr. Edgeworth, I can't thank you enough. You never gave up on me, even when I gave up on myself. That was very kind of you.
There's no need to thank me. As a prosecutor?
No, as a friend. It was the least I could do. Mr. Edgeworth, rejoice. I've learned that Chairman Winner has been safely delivered to the detention center. The search for the missing auction hammer continues. However, we are talking about Chairman Winner here, so it's highly likely that it has already been destroyed. In addition, there's one other matter I must inform you of. The chairman made a rather strange statement. According to him, the letters were not part of his plan.
What? How could that be?
He claims that he and Miss Needler found this letter on Miss Ringer's person. And that they then found a second letter on Kay's unconscious body. From their contents, the letter seems to want of correspondence. So he led to the conclusion that they must have been working with each other.
That's quite a conclusion to jump to.
As he read the letters, that's when he came up with the idea to frame Miss Faraday for Miss Ringer's murder. So he decided to place the victims in a very conspicuous place. Namely, in her left chest pocket.
Sounds to me like he's just trying to make excuses for himself.
Yes, I certainly thought the same. Perhaps it was some sort of last-stage ploy on his plan. But it matters not. He will answer to the goddess now. And under her scrutiny, such strategies cannot hope to succeed. He will not escape justice. And with that, one of the duties with which I have been entrusted with is complete at last.
Judge Cavell, before you go, can you tell us what you know about how Chairman Winner came to murder Miss Ringer? There's more there, isn't there?
Yes, and I suppose you have earned the right to the whole truth. Miss Ringer once had a lover, a press photographer. He was investigating the underground auctions as a freelance journalist. But before he could uncover the truth behind the auction, he was disappeared. Oh no. All Miss Ringer was left with were the memories and personal effects of her lover. And so, seeking revenge on Chairman Winner, she made her appearance at the auction. Unfortunately for her, her opponent struck first.
I see, so that's the story behind this case.
While the goddess does not condone acts of wanton vengeance, Miss Ringer's actions have exposed Chairman Winner's crimes at last.
So that was your real goal? Yeah. You were tasked with exposing Excelsior's Winner and the corruption at the heart of the committee.
Does anyone know what happened to Mr. Winner? I'm afraid I have been able to get in touch with him.
Wait! He's missing?! Eustace is gone!
Do you have any idea why? Probably because I wasn't there for him just now when he needed me most.
She actually cares about him!
Oh, I really feel bad for him.
Well, don't pity him too much. At least he knows the truth now. And no matter how hard it might be, he'll need to learn to accept it. If he can't, he'll never be able to move on with his life. She did. Trust me, she had to do the same. A father's influence isn't easily erased, but in time, he can hopefully try and change his ways.
You're right. You've gotta be. Can I change too, I wonder? Can I move on with my life? Are you okay, Kay? How's that head feeling? I'm fine. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Kay. You were my patient. I had a responsibility to you. And instead I let them accuse you of—
Dang right! We ain't just in the business of fixing bodies, Missy. Your mind's where it all begins.
You're right, Karma. Speaking of which, how's your memory? It's like, with a little more time, maybe I'll be able to remember some more? Please forgive me, but I had better be on my way. I am to preside over the trial of Vivi Lagarde in a bit. The Bronco Knight case, huh? Who's the defense attorney? It was supposed to be Miss Ringer, but as she's no longer with us. We are still in the process of finding her replacement. Miss Ringer was scheduled to represent Warden Lagarde. Huh? And of course, until we find Eustace, there's nobody to act for the prosecution either.
Oh my god, he was the prosecutor, I remember. Oh no! We need to find him immediately. He needs some support.
In any case, I must take my leave. Wait, please! What about Miss Edgeworth's badge? What's going to happen to it now? With its chairman under arrest, the committee's activities has been suspended for the time being. So to answer your question, it's complicated. It's all up to the goddess now.
Don't worry about it, Kay. It's a consequence of my own making.
And I assume you do not mean to change your mind?
Of course not. I chose the path of the truth. And I chose it willingly.
With Chairman Winner out of the picture, justice is in the hands of the righteous once more. If you did wish to follow the path of the prosecutor again, Mr. Edgeworth, I will be more than happy to facilitate such a decision.
It's very kind of you to offer, but I can't accept your help at this time. I can't ask for my badge back when I'm not even sure if I want it anymore.
I see. It seems you are destined to continue on different paths then.
Huh. Well, I trust you'll keep my badge safe until they converge again.
With all I have. In the meantime, I have here a token of the goddess's mercy. You may return this notebook to its rightful owner.
Kay's promise notebook.
It seems it was due to be sold in the auction. It was the name K written on its cover. Chairman Winner made the connection immediately and knew it who it belonged to. It's the same name as the one in the letters after all.
The letters he claimed to know nothing about. Suppose he insisted he didn't prepare them.
Yes, he also had something else to say. Apparently, he thought that Miss Faraday was after her notebook, and that Miss Ringer was after his life, and that their respective goals are what led to them cooperate and infiltrate the auction together.
Fortunately for him, he misread the situation completely. It was all just happenstance. If Kay had known that the defense attorney who was also a member of the committee, there's no way she wouldn't have told me. That just isn't like her.
Your belief in her is touching. While the notebook did become part of Chairman Winner's cover-up scheme, it is also a treasured possession of Miss Faraday's, which is why I would like for her to have it back, as I am sure with the goddess.
Thank you.
I pray that it helps her recover her lost memories.
Oh, thank you. I am very happy that you're on our side now.
Is everything all right?
Oh, my nose. No. Judge Cavell wanted me to return something important to you. Oh my god! This frame! This is the frame that's always used in memes!
Isn't that... Always greet people with a smile. Even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. Oh, Daddy, I won't melt down, Daddy! Yeah, I'm gonna keep all my promises and be a real hero when I grow up. Just like you. Oh, wait! I almost forgot to write one down. The most important promise of all. Promise number 5. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. I remember it just how you said it, and now I'll never forget it. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand.
That's right! I have to try! Do it! Do it! I'm... Kay Faraday, the great thief who'll do anything to chase the truth. Second Yatagarasu, an assistant to Mr. Edgeworth. Yay! Kay, is that really you? Can't say I'm not a little bit embarrassed, but... Yeah, I'm back. I couldn't have done it without you, Mr. Edgeworth. You never stopped helping me. Even though I was totally lost, I couldn't remember anything.
Oh, thank goodness, you certainly seem to be back. Kay, so this is the real you, huh? Welcome back. It's so good to know you better. I can sleep easy now. Now that you found it, don't you dare go losing that memory of yours again, young lady. You hear? Miss Needler, Dr. Hurts. Thanks a lot for looking after me. And if you really are bitter, how about you get out of them dang hospital duds? Oh yeah, I will sell your clothes for you. Here. I thought they were with Detective Gumshoe. He handed them over to us after they came back from forensics. And did he happen to mention if forensics found anything of note? I didn't ask. Anyway, never mind that now. Put them on, Kay. I want to see.
Wait, what about the bandages? Surely it's too soon to remove them.
Oh, it's probably fine. She may have taken a big old bump to the head, but she wasn't really hurt otherwise.
But then, why all the bandages in the first place?
Prevention is better than cure. In stitch in time saves 9. Those are just a few more of my mottos.
Well, to which sounds like painfully doing practices for your patients.
Okay, Kay. Transformation time. Yay! Yeah, now this is what I'm talking about. It's like a stolen glove.
That smile suits you better too. As it always did.
Thanks you too, Miss Von Karma. I'm so glad you showed up when you did.
I simply came when Scruffy asked me to. I'm sure he'll be very happy to see that you're back to your old self too.
Speaking of Gummy, where is he?
Who knows? Perhaps the well of his devotion ran dry when the search of someone threw away his badge. Detective Gumshoe. Anyway, I have to be going, and I'll be taking those with me. Those two.
Wait, what's going to happen to them?
Acting as an accomplice in the murder and forging an autopsy report 80 years ago. Their crimes can be allowed to go unpunished. But the fact that Excelsius would have coerced them into cooperating will, of course, be taken into account.
Don't you worry about us, Kay. As long as Grandma and me are together, we'll be alright.
Take care, Kay Faraday. Until we meet again.
Bye.
Oh my god, Lana's still standing there. So, Kay. I know you only just got your memory back, but I need to ask you some questions.
Sure, ask away.
What happened the day you lost your memory? What were you doing?
Let's see, somebody asked me to meet him at Court Lake. But I didn't know who it was. So there I was, just looking up at the moon when somebody in a red raincoat started walking toward me.
They must have drugged me somehow because that's when I felt unconscious. Oh my god. What? I'm not sure I follow. Kay was at Court Lake looking up at the moon? Oh, no wonder everything was so wrong.
Anyway, when I came to, I was on the roof of this building. I was in a daze and stumbling around up there when I saw the person in the red raincoat again, but they were lying on the ground. I was so surprised I stumbled backward. And then I was falling and everything went dark. When I came to a second time, I couldn't remember anything. The person in the red raincoat, who in the world were they? I'm sure they were walking in midair. Thinking about it makes making my head hurt.
Just breathe, Kay. You only just got your memory back. You're still confused. I imagine the root of your cause of your confusing is... The memories are of two different locations. Imagine things are all mixed up in your mind because... You were at Court Lake one minute and then at the top of the big building the next. Because you saw the moon in both locations, your mind blended your memories of the two together.
Huh? But those two are totally different places. I know I was pretty out of it, but I don't think I could have gotten them confused that easily.
I believe these things on the roof may have made you more likely to become confused. Oh, the tree!
Take that!
There are two key similarities between the scene down by Court Lake and here on the top of the big building. Cherry blossom and fruit stands.
Wait, you're right!
Those similarities are what caused your memories of both places to overlap. The person in the red raincoat wasn't walking in midair. They were walking towards you from across the park. But in your blurry memories, that same sight played over the viewing platform instead.
No way! Who steals a great thief's memories, huh? That's just cheating!
Even still, this doesn't answer the question of who attacked Kay in the first place. Was the person in the red raincoat she saw? Huh? Do you hear that?
It sounds like it's coming from up in the storeroom. Come on, let's go take a look!
Well, hooray! I smell that scoop in the office! You're still here? Yes, she was. Okay. Huh? Gotta go, but thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming by, as always. It's coming for this little guy you see, Miss Ashworth.
The transceiver. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
It's still going.
I'm no good with technology.
Elf. Come on, you have to pick up. Fine, I'll do it. Hey, this is Edgeworth.
Hey, if you could refrain from answering strange calls from me. Mr. Edgeworth, I presume. I know that voice.
Shelly the Killer?
Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't truly say it's been fully resolved, can you? I'm sure you've noticed by now that there was a mastermind at work orchestrating the entire incident.
Wait, you wouldn't want to adopt this case?
How do you even know about this case? That's not what is important right now. Let's focus on this certain individual for the time being, shall we? I have indeed been wondering myself if somebody else could have been involved. If not, how are we to explain the piece of evidence that proved so damning to Kay's case?
No way, an evil mastermind? But who?
Who indeed? Perhaps you could share your thoughts. What is the evidence in question that points to somebody else's involvement?
The letter, right? Or...
yeah. The letter Kay supposedly wrote to the victim.
Yeah, I don't remember ever writing that.
So who did? Who would prepare such a thing? I know I'm not the only one who would like to know. And how do we know it wasn't you? Now why would I do a thing like that, I believe the truth can only fully come to light in a court of law. But since you've had your badge revoked, that is no longer an option. So how will it all end? I, for one, will be watching from the sidelines with interest. He even knows about my badge? Oh, and one last thing. I do hope you won't betray my trust in you. Now, I bid you farewell.
What is happening? What the heck did he mean by the case hasn't been fully resolved? Why is he so interested in us anyway? Ugh, everything's just one giant ball of mysteries.
It seems we only scratched the surface of this case. But even without my badge, I'm going to carry on doing what I can. However this ends, one thing's for certain.
Come what may, I will expose the truth.
Oh, stupid phone.
Well, it's about time for a break anyway, so... So I will disappear for a sec. 1, 2, 3, I shall disappear. Whoop. One, two, three, and I appear once more. My gosh. My nose was very stuffy. Yay, we did it! Turnabout for the ages. Oh my god, uses in the frame. Oh my god. This is his moment. This is his case. Probably not. Uh-oh. But Eustace, my lad! What? What is happening? Ah! What is happening? What? Hello? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sure it's nothing serious. What the frick? It's a movie scene. Oh my god. It's Godzilla. Run for your lives. It's Godzilla. And nothing has happened. Alrighty, let's begin. April 6th, 10:02 a.m. Big Building Plaza. So what's next for the great Miles Ashford, huh? Wait, you are serious about not being a prosecutor no more, ain't ya?
Yes, I am. No longer a prosecutor. It's hard to believe, and yet...
I can't stop thinking about what Mr. the Killer said.
Me either.
Yeah.
This isn't over. We still don't know who the mysterious figure in the red raincoat at Gourd Lake was. And who really wrote that letter? We've been dancing to somebody else's tune this whole time, but whose? Still can't let it go, huh? You're like a dog with a dang bone. Both of y'all are. Well, I got myself reporting to do, so I'll catch y'all some other time, I guess. Whoa! You have a new stories to chase already? You're trying to praise me, girlie? You bet I got new stories. Or you can shake a stick at. Good reporter always had 3 or 4 leads bubbling away in the old scoop bot. Somebody, please! Whoa, what now? Oh my god, Penny! Please, you have to help me. Huh? Do I know her? Yes, this is Penny Nichols. What's the matter? Has something happened? There's a body. It looks almost like a monster might have... A monster? Well, I'll be! Anybody else smell the sweet, sweet smell of the scoop soup? This way, hurry! Yeehaw! What's happened now? What indeed? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Ooh. Huh? These look like... Yup, footprints! This right here is photo gold! Footprints? But how big would that creature have to be able to leave prints like that? This edge would look... What? Shilong Lang? What's he doing here? Wait, the guy on the floor, that's... No. Liu Wang, the president of Shengfa? What the frick? Did he kill the president? Why? Why? Agent Lang, Mr. Prosecutor, how did you get here so quick? What's going on here? Huh? You don't think that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out myself? You can't blame him for being on edge, I suppose. The leader of his country is dead. Speaking of which... The body's lying inside one of the footprints. What on earth happened to him? Monster! Monster? What the heck else do you want me to say, huh? Them's right there as monster prints, mister! That big old Taurosaurus stumped them through the air. I had never been sure of nothing. Or what? And I suppose you mean you are sure. This right here's a scoop to scoop up all the other scoops and bury him 10 feet deep. Man trampled by giant monster. They'll lead with that in every paper from here to Honolulu. Oh no. Ridiculous. There's no such thing as monsters. Wait. The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Liu Wang. Your efforts on behalf of Shengfa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis. You are the assassin we've been looking for? Oh my god, what is happening? Everything is connected to that first case right now. Did he finally manage to... Oh my god! The killer did this? You! Did you discover the body? Yes, that is Uh-oh. What are you doing, Agent Lang? Lang, she says... Begin at the beginning. With the first person to arrive at the scene. Well, did you really just discover the body? Yes, yes. Hey, go easy on her. Can't you see she's scared? I don't think she's in the mood to go easy on anybody. Ha! No one is getting it easy today. Do you have any idea what is lying dead over there? That's President Wang, the leader of Shengfa.
Hold it!
Please, Agent Lang. You don't seem your usual self. In more ways than one, in fact. When we first met, you had more underlings than I could count. You were known for your unrivaled arrest rate at your cool-headed pressure. Discover or perhaps create? Maybe. Now the underlings are gone. And you've forgotten the fundamentals of police work. What happened? What did you just say? Shouldn't you be looking over the scene instead of accusing the first person you run into? Or is it me who's forgotten the fundamentals? I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. I was just about to get started. Good. It seems to have calmed him down a little. We should take a look around too, Miss Ashworth. Yes, I think we should. At least until the police arrive, I'm not strictly supposed to conduct investigations anymore.
Don't already need to do no looking around. I done told you who did this. It was Torosaurus. Oh my God, a lot of heart. Wait. Now, who did this? What did it? Get out!
Are you quite finished? We have an investigation to be getting on with. Step aside, please.
You can't order me around no more, mister. You step out of my dag way more like it. Y'all mess with this here scoop of mine, and they'll be hacker pain and then some.
Excuse me. The woman who found the body. Where do I know her from? You're Mr. Ashworth, right? Do you remember me? Oh, yes, of course. We met on, that case.
No way, you two know each other?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. From somewhere.
Great to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Ashworth's assistant.
Wow, I never knew if you're an adorable little assistant. I'm Penny Nichols. I work over at Global Studios. I'm in charge of props. It's nice to meet you.
Ah, of course.
One of my old cases involved a murder on the set of the Steel Samurai TV show. She was a member of the crew, and thus a person of interest. Our paths must have crossed several times while it was all going on. And yet I'd completely forgotten her. It's good to see you again. So if you're here, I guess that means... That's right. We're here on location filming for Global Studios. It's kind of a big feature, to tell you the truth. I was first in today, wanted to make an early start. Then I noticed something was wrong. The footprints and... Bloody... I'll take a closer look at the body in just a moment. In the meantime, can I ask you to notify the police? Yes, of course, right away. I'll need to speak to her at length a little later. First, let's go over the scene. There's plenty to look at besides the body. I need to examine everything in detail. Okay.
Begin the investigation. I think this will be the final part to play before we end this.
Really is him, huh?
It certainly appears to be.
Same man we only met a few days ago. So this time the president really did get assassinated.
If that is what happened, the assassin certainly chose an attention-grabbing method. Scout is seen and inspect anything that catches my attention. What is this yellow stuff?
No obvious wounds, but he's definitely not breathing.
So it really was a monster?
Trampled by a giant creature. Impossible.
Can't believe Godzilla would do something like this.
Ah, there's something stuck to the front of his clothes there.
Yes, speckles of a yellow substance.
That's monster drool. Yeah, that must be it.
Please, Kay, can you at least try to be sensible? We'll need forensics to tell us what it might be. Alright, it looks to be pretty much everything the body can tell us from now. Better note it all down. Okay.
Huh? What's this white thing here? Wait, it's a bone! Does that mean 2 murders?
Looks more like a horn than a bone to me. The body surrounded by pieces of smashed up concrete.
Yes.
Yes, they look to have been thrown clear when the ground was broken.
Pews! And flying to the mighty impact of a giant creature's foot.
Sure, assuming this was the work of a giant creature.
Just look at the shape. I know a hoof when I see one. So wait, what's that could possibly be? The footprint of an enormous, terrifying beast. It's not just the one. There are 3.
3. But you know that's impossible, don't you? You know that monsters aren't real.
Sure, I probably know that somewhere deep down, but it's way more fun to believe they are.
Our job is to pursue the truth, Kay, not to believe what feels most fun in the moment. We're done here. A ladder! Miss Nichols, where does this exit lead?
What? Oh, on the grounds of the big building.
There's another case with direct ties to that same building. The building with the hidden 51st floor used to store the lots for illicit auctions. Guess it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it turned out to be hiding yet more secrets.
Yeah. Huh? Look at this chain and padlock.
Oh, look at that! Somebody got the chain!
It did? I'm sure it was still intact when I left yesterday. It's possible that this is where the killer entered from. What's the matter now? Look at that huge dent. How did that get there? You're right, that is a big dent. It would have taken a sizable object to make it. And a heavy one too. That wasn't like that yesterday either. It wasn't. Guess that means the dent must have been made last night at some point. The thing is from the trailer here, it looks like a monster costume.
What? That's a costume?
You sure the creature that made these huge footprints didn't just shrink or something? Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. This thing in front of the trailer here, it looks like a monster costume. A costume! So the grounds of the big building might be on this gate. Look at it from here, you'd think it was just an ordinary building, huh?
Ah! Oh my god! There they are! Ah! Ah! What? Oh my god, what? I saw the achievement list. I saw the achievement list and like it told you to like examine the fence twice. So I examined this fence twice and now there they are! Yay!
Well, no one from our current vantage point at any rate. Anyway, we don't have time to ponder such things. We need to investigate this entire lot.
Yay! Achievements! Right over there! Nice. Okay. Okay, now that that's settled. Yay! Okay. Lotta. Where is it now? Can you see I'm busy? Girl, this room don't work, you know?
Why are you so obsessed with the idea that this was a monster attack? Monsters don't exist. Surely even you know that.
What are you? You don't know what the heck you're talking about. Torosaurus is real, dang it! I know it for a fact.
For a fact, And how is that possible exactly?
Because I don't see them. Very sneaky hiding the references like that. Yeah, and I love it. What? You saw Torosaurus? Where? How? Yeah, see him? Big bad bull himself. Right there in front of me. Silf-oo-hoo! Aww! Thank you so much for subscribing for 6 months in advance. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Amazing. Almost reached the sub goal again, too. I was up on 51 over there at the big building just yesterday, right?
Gathering materials for a story on the underground auction. Yes, we remember.
Well, ain't you just Mr. Memory Man? That's right. I done them right when I took that photo.
The person in the red raincoat, Miss Ringer, right?
Yep. You'll see that blind right there next to little Miss Raincoat? Well, guess who was on the other side of it at the very moment? That's right, Torosaurus. What?
There's nothing there.
Well, I can't rightly capture every dang thing. I was just a little too far away, that's all. But I had seen it alright. Boy, did I. Torosaurus, big ol' eye, staring right at me. Peeking right in at the window.
A window-peeking monster.
What is happening? Anyhow, I don't get time to be shooting the breeze for y'all. I got snip to snap. Reporting to report. Quit biting me, will ya? Come on, get.
That entire story was ridiculous.
You didn't believe a word she said, did you, Mr. Ashworth?
Is it that obvious?
Is that everything, though? Ah, okay. Yeah. Sorry. I can't skip this. I'm so sorry. I forgot! No. Okay, checkmarks are to be listened to for a reason. Yeah. How, though? What? This is not a kaiju game. Yeah, I get.
What else is here? Here... Kay's looking at me like, what? It looks like equipment used by the lighting department. Oh, wait, I just remembered there was something I wanted to ask you. Could you maybe light me up when I'm doing my next robbery? That'd be like super cool. You want me to shine a light on you while you're committing a crime? You bet I do. What's so weird about that? What's the point of me doing my great thieving in the dark? The folks in the cheap set seats won't be able to see a thing. Wait, you're imagining you'll be committing this robbery in front of an audience? She needs to have like her own stage play or something. I'm sorry I get a little upset before. You were working here alone. That's right. I came here for everybody else so I could get everything ready. But as soon as I walked through the gate, I saw the footprints. Monster footprints first thing in the morning. That must have been a real shock. It was. They weren't there when I left yesterday evening, I'm sure of it. So the footprints must have appeared late last night. At first glance, I thought maybe they were part of the set. Then I got closer. I saw that somebody was lying in the middle of one of them. You didn't notice until you were right up close. Yeah, my eyesight just seems to be getting worse and worse lately. I think I need new glasses. I didn't notice it was a body until I was right by it. Which is why I got so shocked and ran away. It must be when we bumped into her. So you're shooting a movie. Would it happen to be a Steel Samurai movie? Would it? Of course, that's right. Nope. Oh. This was a creature feature. You know, the Tourist movies, right? I'm afraid not. You'll have to forgive Miss Ashworth. He only cares about the Steel Samurai. That's not... Hey, that's alright. Not everyone's a fan. But this one will be. Ah! He's back after 12 years of silence. The big bad bull himself, Torosaurus. It's the first Torosaurus movie in a long time, so the crew is super excited about it. And parts of it are set here at the big building. We'll be shooting on location. That explains what we saw yesterday. Yeah, the kid! Cut! Yeah. The kid was an actor in the movie. This must be what they were filming. So the Sorcerer smashed the big building to pieces in the movie? I bet he does, right? Wouldn't you like to know? But you just have to wait to find out at the theater. Here, you can have this if you like. Oh, thank you. An epic rivalry is born. The legendary Torosaurus versus Gordy. What the frick? Gordy? Huh. That's right. It's not just Torosaurus on his own time around. He has an arch nemesis. You know Gordy, right? The monster from Cord Lake. Oh yeah! Wasn't everybody talking about that a couple of years back? Yes! Oh my god! Not only were people talking about it, but it played a major part in one of my cases. Yeah. It's the sole reason you were... It's one of the reasons you were innocent. Well, they not too wild about hearing again. Yeah. The director's fascinated by the stories. This is how Gordy wound up in the movie. A little behind the times, but better late than never, I suppose. Just wait to see the two legends staring at each other on the big screen. This reminds me of something I've seen already. I think we need to learn a little more about the security situation here on set. Miss Nichols, is the set kept locked overnight? Yeah, we use one of these. A combination lock, huh? So anybody who knows the code can get in and out. Was the lock in place when you arrived this morning? Yep, everything was locked up tight when I get here. Who knows the combination? Oh, the producer, the director, the crew, the actors. Basically everybody who's working on the movie. So any member of the cast or crew could have opened the lock and entered. Ah! So... the only reason... the person is not a member of the crew, otherwise they could have just opened the locks. Right? Yes! The combination lock on the gate leading to the plaza was intact when Miss Nichols arrived. But the lock on the gate leading out to the side of the big building had been cut. What does this tell us? Hehe, easy! That the killer used the side gate! Precisely, and it tells us something else important too. Namely that our culprit didn't know the number for the combination lock. You're right! It would have been way easier to come in that way if they did. But instead, they chose the classic thieves route, the lesser known side entrance. This is no run-of-the-mill criminal, Mr. Edgeworth. We need to keep our wits about us.
Okay, I sold it. It's Gordy, and Gordy's trying to frame Torosaurus. Simple.
Not sure we should be excited by the fact, okay? Anyway, we should know that everybody working on the movie knew the combination. Which makes it likely that a culprit wasn't a member of our cast or crew. Alrighty. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Something here. What's this big metal stick thing?
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Sylph. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for donating earlier.
Is it for climbing trees or something? No, it's a camera crane. It's used for filming from an elevated viewpoint.
Okay, chat wasn't working on the phone for some reason. Oh, okay. I see. Well, it's good to see you now. So much for a dramatic entrance. Twitch being weird? Well, I never.
There's no camera currently attached, but it would usually be positioned at the top there.
Gotcha. Sounds perfect for casing it.
Place for a burglary.
Mind if I go ask somebody about burglary yet?
How do you propose to transport it if the answer is yes?
Easy. Take the bottom part. I'll take the top.
So I'm helping now.
If you go a little step at a time, I'll be back at your place before you know it.
And we're walking it back to my house? So, Mr. Prosecutor, we meet again. Yes, we saw you at the detention center the other day too.
Yeah.
What are you up to? You are being so weird this game. Yeah. You really have a habit of showing up in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're a bad penny. A bad omen. A bad smell all rolled into one. Just out of my way, okay? I've got a present to avenge. You were already at the scene when we got here. Why? What were you doing in the area? What am I, a suspect? You might be. Look, I heard a scream and came running, okay? This was our friend from the crew. Came in from that gate over there. Somebody else got rid of the lock for me. Not completely. I can still see it on the floor there. Perhaps I should take a closer look. I already did. When I got here, I saw a movie girl running out of the other gate. Ah. In other words, you arrived right about the same time we did. So you had business here at the big building. Something like that. A date with destiny, let's call it. He was similarly enigmatic when we saw him at the detention center.
Let me guess, you're a huge creature fan and you came to see them filming the Torosaurus movie.
Creature features?
Who do you think I am?
Not the type of person who thinks a creature might have done this, I hope. I'm sorry about the president. You have my deepest condolences. Thanks. He was a great man. Shangfa would be lost without him. You and he were close, correct?
Whoa! It all started when he hired my father. That was our big break. Wow, that is your father? Our family kept him safe. That was our most important duty, and our most sacred. He gave my father medal after medal. They had to come up with new ones just for him. I do have one VOD to go, so I'll have to delay the next stream. Just wanted to say the Ace Attorney IPs have been so good that it's actually touch Switch, so I'm definitely going to try to be in chat from now on. Aw, thank you very much. I'll need to upload the other VODs on YouTube still. I'll do my best to upload those on YouTube in due time. And yeah, we'll do the finale next week, so also stay in touch on Blue Sky to be sure, because next week is going to be tricky because I'm very busy. So yeah, thank you very much for enjoying the Ace Attorney series, my streaming, so... Okay, let's continue. In the end, there were no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of the last will and testament. Wow! Those medals, that duty, they're our greatest pride. Our family jewels. Never thought we'd be unsealing that will so soon. Wow, sounds like your family and the president were super close. But wait, and that whole thing happened back at the lake. You weren't with the president then, right? Oh, that touched the nerve. Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It's like he became a different person. Now
he doesn't trust the police one bit. I wonder what happened 12 years ago. Regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Shangfa may not be a big country, but he held that place together. Damn it! What was his security detail thinking? I managed to already contacted the embassy. Of course I have. And the government. And my family. They'll be going crazy right now thinking about what needs to happen with that will. And things will be getting crazy here soon too. Those bodyguards will be all over the place. If you're not a fan of trouble, I'd leave before they get here. Look, Mr. Prosecutor. These days, I'm a one-man outfit. A lone wolf. You won't be letting me lead this investigation. Still got fangs. And I can still bite back. I'll find whoever did this. And I won't let you or anybody else get in my way. Minor grammatical mistake above, delete this man's account. Nah. I mispronounce stuff all the time, so spelling mistakes are not that egregious to me. Deduce. I must deduce something. What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? Huh, weird. I don't know yet. Minor grammatical mistakes, the worst thing that could possibly happen. Man, that guy. What did I miss? I didn't miss anything. Tablecloth? Hey, these are those plastic sheets you can put down when you have a picnic. They're plastic sheets, that much is true. But I don't think that's what they're used for. Want me to explain, Mr. Edgeworth? Those are waterproof sheets. We use them to protect the camera when it's up on the crane. If it starts raining when we're shooting, we can just cover up and keep going. I see, so they must be pretty big, right? Oh, yeah. We have to be able to cover the whole rig. Wouldn't be much point using them otherwise. Weather was pretty patchy yesterday, so we wound up using them quite a bit. Let's examine the tent. We can't examine the tent? Are you serious? We examined everything. Do we have to show her something? I do not know. There must be something I can deduce. Oh, this horn. What if it's... I think it wants me to say that it was from Torosaurus, right? Please?
Eureka!
Ah, there we go. This could be one of Torosaurus' horns, couldn't it? You're right! It totally could! Maybe it's part of a prop from the movie. If it is, it must be something pretty big, judging by the size. What's it doing on the ground here? Just ask one of the crew. Maybe they'll know. Okay. Penny! This horn, do you recognize it? Huh? Oh, that's part of one of Torosaurus' horns. It's from a model we use for promotional stuff. Where did you find it? On the ground in the side entrance. That's weird. We keep a replica of Torosaurus' head up on the roof of the trailer over there. And it's quite large, I'm assuming? Oh, yeah. Well, not as big as the real thing, obviously, but it's still pretty big. It's just up there, see it? Ah! Right there. Piece has been broken off. It really is big. Thank you. And now I have a new piece of information. Oh! The horn bumped into that. Please? There we go. Yes. Both the dent in the fence and the broken horn weren't there yesterday, according to our witness. Which leads me to wonder...
Wait, you think that giant Torosaurus head could have...
I do. I think it could well have rolled off of the trailer roof and landed in the lot below.
Ah!
Since it's been possible, this also means...
Yeah. The shape is from the head. Boop.
There's no sign of a murder weapon anywhere.
Oh yeah, there isn't.
Now that this is still only a possibility. But if the Torosaurus head somehow fell from the roof up there...
Yeah, that could kill somebody for sure.
Miss Nichols, would you mind if you took a look up on the roof of the trailer?
You wanna go up there?
Sure, I don't see why not. Knock yourself out. Oh, but don't do that. Literally, the steps can be kind of slippy.
Alright, I'm done here.
I'll find out what I need to know for now. And what might that be, I wonder?
Hmm? Who? Oh, the kid! Uh-oh. Hmm?
Why are they facing off?
Whoa!
Move, old man.
What did you say to me? You need to learn some manners, kid. But...
No. You need to learn when you're in the way. Quit whining and get out of here.
What the?
I'm so sorry about it. Sean, apologize to the nice man. Come on, Sean. You know you can't speak to people like that.
Whatever. Who the heck was he?
A policeman, that's who. Why would you antagonize him like that?
I thought there was going to be trouble for a second there.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody stand up to Agent Lion like that. Oh, let me introduce you all. Everybody, this is Sean Ben. He's the star of the movie we're making.
The star? This little boy. Hi there, I'm Kay Faraday. It's great to meet you.
Sean, this is Miles Edgeworth. He's a prosecutor.
Prosecutor?
That's right, and a pretty famous one, and a pretty famous one at that.
If he's a prosecutor, where's his badge? Ugh, he certainly doesn't pull any punches. He's a smart kid.
Oh, you, might not want to get too close, Sean. She's right, no sight for a child. He's involved in all this nonetheless. I'll need to speak with him. It was Sean, wasn't it? Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Are you really a prosecutor? You just look like an old guy to me.
I am. Old guy? Sure, I'm done sure.
Badge first, then we talk.
I don't have my badge right now.
And how you expect people to believe you're a prosecutor? Ooh, he's not the friendliest, huh? You want me to try talking to him?
Why not? I thought it could hurt. I never was good with children.
So you're an actor, right, Sean?
Yeah, so what?
That's amazing! You're so cool!
It's not that big of a deal. Huh, case approaches may have the effect.
So, those horns of yours?
Yeah, what about them? Oh, those the makeup department make them. Character Place has a special psychic link with Torosaurus. And the horse allowed him to communicate with his giant friend. Isn't that right, Sean? Just shut up, will you? You don't need to know all that stuff. Oh, sorry?
Well, the power dynamic here seems pretty obvious. Still, it's kind of amazing, huh? The lead character in the movie? While you're still in elementary school. That's crazy.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Sean's actually 13. He just looks a little younger.
Oh, doesn't have a growth spurt yet. What? Look at him! He's so little and cute! And the backpack! I just saw it!
The backpack's part of his costume. He's playing a role, remember?
Yeah, I guess he is, huh? But he's kinda small, you have to admit.
Oh, we try not to talk about that too much in front of him.
I said stop telling people stuff they don't need to know!
I'm sorry.
So it's all part of the role, except for the quart of milk, maybe? The dead guy. That's the president, right?
Yeah, you knew him?
Little. I've met him once. He's meeting with presidents now. Guy was a real piece of work.
Hey, you can't say that. That's not nice. What was it bad about him anyway? Huh? Don't want to talk about it. Fine, I guess. Oh, President Wong was working with us on the movie.
Working with you? How exactly?
He had a part. Just a cameo, nothing big. So he came to look around the set one time. That would have been when Sean met him.
Why put the president in your movie?
We heard he was a huge fan of the original Torosaurus. So the studio offered him a little role. Figured it would be good PR.
Last thing I need is amateurs on my set.
I told you before, Sean, you can't talk about people like that.
And I told you to shut your mouth.
Guess he's not too thrilled about the idea of performing alongside non-professionals.
Oh, here.
What's this? Oh, wait, from yesterday.
A photograph. Yeah, I just got them printed. You can keep it if you want.
Wow, it's such a great picture. And you brought it especially for me? That's so kind, thank you.
No, I just happen to have a spare. That's all. Such a tsundere. I hope you don't mind me asking, but can we take a look too?
Oh, sure, here.
Ah. So it was taken yesterday. No footprints and certainly no body. Interesting. There must be something else here, but what? Ah, right, I need to go upstairs. Actually, I don't mind coming up here there with us.
Oh, sure, after you.
Right, I see. So this is the mighty Torosaurus.
Huh? He looks different from before. Here, he's way cool on the flyer. But with the weird nose ring on this model. Oh, I forgot. You two aren't Torosaurus fans. This is the original Torosaurus design from 12 years back. Huh? So what's with the one on the flyer? That's the all-new Torosaurus. They gave him a makeover specifically for the movie. He looks so much more contemporary now, don't you think?
A makeover? He's totally different!
This one's is just
a cow.
Well, he is just a cow. Or at least he was originally based on a cow. He's a monstrosity. A monstrosity? Yeah, the cow. Man's best friend reimagined as a terrifying monster. It only makes you think about their whole relationship with nature, right? That was the original concept. I think the concept might be a little lost on me.
Me too, I'm afraid. Okay, I must scour the scene for anything fishy.
The model was made for promotional events, stuff like that. So people would remember the old Torosaurus and realize this was a reboot. Yeah, it does look a different. People might not get it otherwise.
Just as we thought, his horn is broken.
So the model really is what killed the president.
I think it's a distinct possibility, but there's one thing I don't quite understand.
What's that?
Miss Nichols, the model looks very heavy. How do you move it around?
Oh, it comes apart. If you know the trick, it's not so hard. But I guess if you didn't, you might struggle to figure it out.
If you happen not to be a member of the cast or crew, for example. Once it's in pieces, how could one person move it?
Oh, yeah. Even I could. Maybe not very fast, but I could.
I'm sure I remember that face from somewhere.
Hey, Miss Edgeworth. I know this cow.
Funny, I was just thinking the exact same thing. We know it's from the president's plane, of course. Ah, yes. It's President Wong's plushie.
It's a soft toy version of the original Torosaurus.
Could this really be just a coincidence? No. What's this oily stuff here?
Those look like cans of paint thinner. I guess they were being used by the prop department.
Look at the ground around them, Mr. Edgeworth. It's all burnt.
Indeed, as in the blue sheet underneath and the nearby newspaper. And the outside of the cans.
Wait, do you think the Torosaurus head can breathe fire? Nah, this old guy doesn't look like the fire-breathing type.
It's not even possible, let alone likely. Still, the fire was started somehow.
There's a heater here. Do you think this to keep the crew warm or something?
I would imagine so. It's spring now, but the evenings can still be pretty chilly. Really gets in your bones.
Oh, come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You can't start talking like an old fogey. You already look like one. You have to talk young and bright and happy.
You may not have noticed, Kay, but that's not exactly my style. The table. It's a wooden table, sadly collapsed. Part of it's are badly scorched.
That's weird. The head should be on that table. But the legs are broken. Guess Torosaurus is going on there now.
Scorched might look particularly bad where the leg snapped off. There might have been a fire up here.
You think that's what happened to the legs?
Yes, and what the fire had burned through the legs would have collapsed, and the head
would have fallen down on the ground below. You're right! The fire caused the head to fall.
Indeed, and I also happen to have an idea about how the fire being started. This can of paint thinner and the heater are pretty flammable. Not a great place to keep them.
Sorry, I need a drink of water. My apologies.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'll make sure somebody moves them. But the stove didn't get used yesterday. Not while I was here, anyway. Which makes the question of what could have started the fire all the more interesting.
Oh, we're done!
Alright, I think that about wraps up our preliminary investigations.
So he's killed by...
Yes, by a fallen Torosaurus head. At least that seems the most likely explanation for now.
It came down right on top of him, huh? Huh? Uh-oh. 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 Well, they took their time, but here they are. Police, bodyguards, the whole gang. Mr. President! It's a little late for that, don't you think? Curses, who did this?
However, it was made a big mistake.
But I promise you this. They'll pay.
I'm on their trail already.
What? What do you mean?
Our president may have been murdered, but that doesn't mean that extraterritoriality applies. The local police have jurisdiction. Luckily, I know the right people to talk to. And I just got myself seconded to the case. Lowly one-man outfit or not, I'll be working this one. Sounds like you already have an idea of where you'd like to focus your inquiries.
More than that, I've already caught scent of my prey. Take a look at this.
It's a printout from a security camera on the viewing platform at the top of the big building.
That's...
It's pointed at the elevator that leads onto the roof. So it records everybody who goes up there. And in this particular case, it recorded the president and his murderer clear as day.
Oh no! What was Judge Gavel doing there?
He's saying he suspects her of the murder?
Yeah, but... What? She helped us so well.
But murder goes against everything she believes in.
Yeah. Weird.
Agent Lang, perhaps you could explain your thinking on the matter a little further.
Ah, there it is.
I heard a little rumor while I was over at the big building. It was about you, Edgeworth. You're not a prosecutor anymore, are you?
Oh, no.
Which means you don't have jurisdiction here.
But you want to cross-examine me while I explain my thinking? Why would I agree to that?
Curses.
Hey, don't be like that! You were the one who was just talking about being a lonely one-man outfit. Yeah, what do you say to that?
You know what? Maybe it should be you explaining your thinking to me. How come, even though you're not a prosecutor, you're still sticking your nose into this case? It's a valid question. Why am I still here? Perhaps I can clarify that with a question of my own, Agent Lang. Why are you so desperate to catch the person who murdered President Wang? Because above all else, you're an investigator, correct? Yes. I'm desperate to catch a certain somebody myself. Person who orchestrated a murder at the big building yesterday. Person who put Kay's freedom in jeopardy. Who put her in grave danger. That person is out there somewhere right now, lurking in the shadows, laughing. Until I uncover the truth and make that person pay, it doesn't matter if I'm a prosecutor anymore. I'll keep fighting. Find the truth, and don't give up until you do. That's a rule I live by.
That's a rule he respects. You may have the look of a smart guy, but you're a fool just like the rest of us.
A fool? How dare you?
That was just what I needed to hear. Fine, you're in. I've lost my minions and you've lost your fancy title. But it seems neither of us is prepared to give up on this investigation. Let's see as we're both so stubborn, how about we go head to head and stretch out the details?
I'd be honored.
But be warned, I won't be going easy on you. I have an assassin to catch. And not even you are going to get in the way of that.
Of course, I would expect no less.
Let me show you the truth I tore from this case with my bare fangs. Let's go, Lang!
Why I suspect Gavel?
Alright, so the judge friend of yours met the president up on the roof. But then she pushed him, and then he landed right there. This all happened the night before last.
Huh? The night before last? But there are no... Huh?
The people had all been cleared from the viewing platform, so it's just the two of them up there. And that pretty much sums it up. No doubt about it, she killed the president!
No. They're completely alone, no bodyguards.
None. I checked. The security detail had no idea he even went up there. He must have gone in secret. Maybe it was a conversation they didn't want anybody to hear.
What kind of conversation? How were the two of them even connected?
Since the president spoke to the owner of the building ahead of time, he had him set aside the viewing platform just for the two of them. And it was the president asking, as the guy wasn't about to refuse.
The last person to see the president alive really could have been...
Yep, Gavel.
Did you say your name was?
Her.
His argument certainly is completely without merit, but I noticed at least one glaring hole in his reasoning. That's why I'll need to focus my counterattack.
Yeah. I mean, there were no footprints in this picture yet. If the footprints happened after he landed there, then the body would have been crushed to a pulp. Yes.
Shilong Lang, former star agent of Interpol. How the mighty have fallen.
Wow, Edgeworth, way to be sassy.
What? Take a look at this picture. It's a behind-the-scenes shot of some of the cast and crew.
Look at those smiles. Well, maybe not Sean's, but you know what I mean.
It was taken only yesterday.
What?
If Judge Gavel really did kill President Wang the night before last,
the body would have been clearly visible in the background of this picture. What?
Huh, perhaps you should have taken a little more time to speak with those involved. After all, thorough witness interviews form the base of any good investigation, as you should know.
Ha! I don't think I've ever seen you so happy, Miss Edgeworth. Really do love backing your opponents into a corner, huh? Fine, you got me. I must say, it's been a while. I almost missed it.
Perhaps you should try to stay a little calmer while conducting your investigations in the future.
Don't push your luck, Edgeworth. Like she says, the righteous anger of a wolf lasts 100 years. I won't be calming down anytime soon, not until we've caught the president's killer.
I want the same thing. We all do. Nonetheless, the body appeared last night. You have to accept that now. And there's one other thing you'll need to accept. The president didn't die from a fall.
That's right! He was crushed by the falling head of a giant monster!
The incident occurred here on the movie set, not at the top of the big building.
Says you, but that's just your theory. I'm about to give up my own because of it.
But it literally can't have happened the night before last.
You just proved that with this picture. Did you? What if? What if your friend Kifel pushed the president off of the big building the night before last? And then came down here to the movie set and hid the body somewhere. Here, but where? There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment, you could hide it anywhere. And then come back a day later, last night in other words, and take it out again. I don't think... You just need to check the lots for trace evidence. We'll soon find what you put in. I don't think so. There won't be any need for that. What? This piece of evidence proves that Judge Cavell can't have hidden the body. I mean, yeah.
Take that!
She can't have entered. Both entrances to this lot were locked. We already know that the chain on the side gate was cut only last night. Judge Cavell had no way of getting in here to hide the body the night before last. But the murder has to have happened 2 nights ago. Why are you so set on believing that? Because if you remember, that picture was a printout from a video. There was more. What's more? Why I still suspect Cavell? That's footage from a few dozen minutes after your friend went up onto the roof with the president. It shows her heading back into the elevator. Alone. You know what's there no footage of? The president himself leaving that roof. There's no other way he could have gotten down from the top of a building that high. Unless he was pushed by Cavell. He said the president was never observed returning from the viewing platform. Yeah, the camera was pointed at the elevator door the whole time. If anybody else had come up or down, it would have been on that tape. In other words, the presence of the camera ensured that nobody could have left unnoticed. I see. That's good news for Judge Cavell. Vanishing from a rooftop hundreds of feet in the air? Yeah, that's a tricky one, alright. Indeed. Even the Yatagarasu can't actually fly. Well, not yet anyhow. Just need a little more practice. Please don't tell me you think you can learn. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh my god! Was he part of the auction?
Objection!
Oh my god, he was part of the auction. Oh my god. Actually, there was another way. Apart from the elevator, what do you mean? You're about to tell me he flew. He didn't need to. It was much simpler than that. Soon the president knew what we know, of course. Namely that the big building has a hidden 51st floor. What? That's right, a hidden floor with a hidden entrance on the rooftop. If he left that way, he wouldn't have needed to ride the elevator. What? But you said it was hidden, right? That it was secret. How would the president even know about it? It's an interesting question, and one I don't have an answer to just yet. For now, this is just a theory. So what are we talking about exactly? What is this hidden floor of yours? Sounds like the kind of place your little nature friend would happily spend time in. No, I hate it there! Don't make me go back! Fortunately, Kay's memories of it are far from happy. There's a secret storeroom up there where they kept the lots for an underground auction. The whole sordid scheme was uncovered just yesterday. An underground auction? What the heck are you trying to say? The president was involved somehow? I don't have any proof, but I certainly think it's a possibility. Yeah, based on what we've seen of him, he totally seems the type. He'd never do that. Not the president. Illegal underground auctions? No. He'd have nothing to do with it. Nothing. What's gotten into him? I hope you two are feeling lucky. Because when people start saying stuff like that, I start biting. Ah! Huh. She ran away. You know nothing. Neither of you. You have no idea how much the people love him. How well respected he is. Is that really true? Guess we know what lurks behind that seemingly respectable public face. But the people of Shangfa clearly don't. I wonder if I should tell him the truth about his beloved president. No, what good would it do? Only upset him more, yeah. Forgive me, Agent Lang, I didn't mean to upset you. Spoke out of turn, both of us. I can only apologize. Apology accepted. I reciprocated. I'm sorry I got carried away. Aw. It's alright, Kay. You can come out now. Sorry. It's fine. It's not you I'm upset with. It's the animal who killed the president. Well, it's just a fine figure of a man. But all patriotic as such. I'll tip your hat to that sort of thing. Psst, what are you talking about? Well, I got good news for you, Mr. Patriot. Really good news. What? And knowing the heck, your pal the president and mows down downstairs via 51. Really? I was hunkered down in their storeroom the whole dang time. I spewed like oranges.
Of course, she would have already snuck in by that point.
Ah, she didn't see the president.
Thanks. That's very useful to know.
Well, Mr. Prosecutor.
What?
Guess my theory still stands, which means I'm not watching an inch. Nobody saw the president after he met with Gambit 2 nights ago. That's a fact.
It's also a fact that the body appeared only last night. How could the president have fallen from the roof 2 nights ago, only to be found today? Seems a little slow as false goal, wouldn't you say?
Sure, there are questions that still need answering, I'll give you that.
Then I guess there's one thing we can both agree on.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Question of exactly what happened here yesterday. Will require further investigation.
Yeah, I guess we all know for sure is that the body and the footprints appeared during the night. Agent Lang would like to hand the body off to the coroner, if you don't mind. Fine. He's all yours. Just take care of him, okay? Yes. Oh, one last thing. What? We found footprints near the body. I mean, footprints in the footprint, if you will. Little ones in the big one.
Human footprints in the monster prints. Interesting.
And what kind of prints? Sir, they were child's footprints, about the size of your ambulance elementary school kid. What? What? Huh? Elementary school? No, it couldn't be.
What now? Miss Nichols. Oh, I didn't mean to butt in, sorry. Was there something you wanted to say? What's she so scared of?
There's something I have to tell you. You'll probably think it was pretty awful of me, but...
I'm sure it's nothing you need to be quite so nervous about. Well, what is it?
Last night, I came here.
What?
You mean you came back to the set? Why?
Well, I just wanted to. I was worried about him, so I came back to check. Check on Sean, I mean.
Sean? The boy? Makes sense.
Yes, you see, he stayed behind on his own last night to rehearse.
Wow, he really takes it up seriously, huh?
Well, this movie is his first lead role. He's trying so hard to make it perfect.
So she might have seen what happened last night? Around what time was this?
Let's see, it was already after 10, I think. It looked like it might be about to rain, so I got a little worried and came down. When I got here, well...
You saw something, didn't you?
Yes. Sean was there on his own, running his lines. And towering above him, there was this long, like, really long neck.
Neck?
Yes, his skin like an enormous worm. It's like a dinosaur.
Hooey! I mean, it must be. Gordy! Good old Gordy! You done gave me the slip last time, you slimy old lizard, but I got you now. What? Now Gordy's involved too?
Yeah, I think he might be. I wasn't as surprised as you are. Although, I guess Sean was practicing being a kid who can communicate with his monsters.
Hot dang, you're right! Gonna be communicating for real with them little horn doohickeys of his. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's not Gordy.
Right, but it seemed like more he was kind of looking up and talking right at him. It was like they were friends. It was pretty weird, right?
Dang tune is weird. Weirder than the mustache of the mule. How could he cheat on his boss monster bro like that?
I fear movies and reality might be getting a little mixed up here.
Yeah. And you're absolutely certain that was what you saw?
Oh yes, but only for a moment. I was so shocked as it just turned and ran.
Well, how about that, Mr. Prosecutor? And a mysterious beast to contend. And a mysterious beast to contend with.
Don't tell me you believe just nonsense, Agent Lang.
The monster's angle neither here nor there. But I think we have a pretty good idea that who we need to speak to next.
Young Mr. Fenn, if he really was here last night. There's a good chance he saw something.
My thoughts exactly. The prosecutor calls Sean Penn to the stand. He's gone. I saw it already. He's gone.
Sean ran off just a moment ago.
What? We need to go after him. Where is he? Quick. Yeah. Where the heck did he go?
Maybe he just went home?
You're right. He won't be doing any filming today after all.
Sure, or maybe he went on to lab.
Nah, you're just overthinking things, surely.
He's a child, Agent Lang. There's no way he killed the president. Not on his own.
And he said it was on his own, huh? Maybe a monster gave him a hand. Maybe he summoned one of his creature feature pals to help him.
Yes, very funny.
I'm not saying the kid did it, not for sure anyway. Not yet. But he's our most important witness right now. And we need to find him. Gumshoe, hello! It's the first time we see you this stream. Miss Edgeworth! Hey, it's Gummy! Oh, Ah! He ran away! Finally, a proper detective.
What's that about?
Well, just goes to show that your police force can't be trusted. Wait, what?
Are you saying you intend to continue investigating the president's murder alone?
Yeah, so what? But last time we met you, you had about 800 other agents helping you.
Sure, but I told you, I'm a lone wolf now.
You got a problem with that? I don't need lackeys and I don't need friends. All I need are these fangs right here. Keeping things nice and simple.
No lackeys, no friends.
Anyway, catch you both around. He's being so weird. Haha, things just got interesting. It sounds like I got my work cut out for me. True, Big Missy's on the prowl. Ooh-wee. It's raining scoops. You don't catch at least one. I ain't no shutterbug worthy of the name. There she goes. Wow, this all got kind of complicated, huh?
It did. The Torosaurus footprints were bad enough. Now Gordy? This might as well be a movie.
Well then, we better get our monster hunting shoes on.
Suppose we had. Huh? Who's that?
Huh?
That's one of Agent Lang's old team. I've come across a few of them on previous cases, but this is one on his own.
Excuse me? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Long time no see. How come you're not with Agent Lang?
Shifu? He's not technically my boss anymore.
Really? What happened?
You remember that case from a month or so back?
Yeah.
The Yatagarasu case. How could we forget?
He made kind of a big mistake there. Came about as close to aiding and abetting a serious criminal as you can come and still keep your job.
Indeed, I guess that was pretty close.
Well, being Shifu, he took full responsibility and they disbanded our team.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's harsh.
It explains why he's now a lone wolf, as he puts it.
So, what are you doing here?
Well, to tell you the truth, I was worried about him.
Aww!
I think he's been chasing ghosts. Yeah. Ghosts from 12 years ago, to be precise.
12 years ago? What does that mean?
He's not gonna say, out of respect. Sorry, I already said too much. I better be on my way. Yeah. These ghosts of Agent Lang's. Could they have something to do with the case we're currently investigating?
Almost certainly. Well, looks like everybody left except us. What do we do now?
Good question. His heart went off monster hunting, and I guess Agent Lang is busy trying to track down young Sean. Perhaps we should try investigating another angle.
What kind of other angle?
Somebody needs to get Judge Gavel's side of the story.
Oh, yeah, you're right! What did you say again?
Yeah, she needed to do some things.
Oh! I guess it's probably beginning right about now.
Indeed, I think we better head down to the courthouse, don't you?
Alright, let's go!
Okay, let's go, indeed.
I think the rest will be up for next week.
Yeah, it's about 4 hours. Court is now in session.
That will be a fun start for next stream. So yeah, thanks for everyone who came by. You guys were awesome as always. People who come by, even if they lurk. Well, come she run away again. Find out next week. Yeah, I don't know what's up with him. I think he's feeling guilty. Or maybe he doesn't want to face us. Because he knows we're not his superior anymore. Thanks for the streams. Thanks for coming by as always. Man. Next week is busy because I know for a fact I won't be able to stream on Sunday. Which is going to be very tricky. So, yes, please stay tuned. And also, the post for the next part of the event will come up soon as well. So stay tuned for that also on Blue Sky. And I will upload some VODs on YouTube, I promise. So busy. IRL, I swear to God. I will keep my eye on the skies. Ah, that's nice. I should remember that line. That's actually a very cute line. So yeah. Well, I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I will see you all next time. Peace.